Oh, we got a lot to unpack here. Um, I'm kind of at a loss for words. So as you know, we just watched a hell of a game. It is now 2:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we watched a barn burner. Colorado was up by more than a few touchdowns. You know, they were cruising, and then the ship just blew up. That's what happened. And I don't know. It's a lot happened here. It's like I'm gonna have to go back and watch the highlights to see. This was crazy. This game right here, dog. This game right here, this game. Listen, this game right here, dog. Holy crap! So Stanford, I give it to him, man. Stanford didn't quit. Stanford did not quit. They hung in there and they pulled out the victory in overtime. And I'm going to pull up the stats. I'm going to wait for the press conference to see what Coach Prime have to say. They got a lot of soul searching to do now. There's a lot of soul searching to do. And it's a lot of soul searching, man. They got a lot of soul searching to figure out. They have a bye week. And the next game is UCLA. They have to go to Los Angeles to the Rose Bowl and play UCLA. And this type of victory right here is what takes the steam out of a team. So that's what I say. They got a lot of soul searching right now in this bye week to salvage this season and to get bowl eligible. They have a tough schedule, and but this game right here was supposed to be a gimme. You know, they had the game. They were up. Like, guys, how let me look at the stats. Let me look at the stats. Let's see. Let's go to the stats. So the final score was 46-43. Stanford won on a field goal. All right, let's look at Ashton Daniels, the quarterback for Stanford. He was 27 of 45 for 396 yards, 4 TDs. He rushed for 38 yards. They had a couple touchdowns on rushing. The star receiver had 294 yards with 3 touchdowns. A yeomaner or Alec a yeomaner, whatever his name is. 3 touchdowns, 294 yards. Number 13. Number 13, you just up your stock today. I'm just letting you know that. You up your stock today. You have proven to be a dog, and you just up your status. And this is what I said before. Each team that played Colorado, this is like the game. It's like they're treating this like a bowl game. They're going to bring their A game. And like I said, Stanford, they gave up a lot of touchdowns early on. You thought it was over, but they didn't quit. So here we are. Shador Sanders threw for 400 yards. He was 33 or 47, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. He rushed for 37 yards. Dylan, they need to work on that. Right, they need to work on a running game because Shador was the leading rusher of this game. Dylan Edwards had 7 carries for 33 yards, no touchdowns. Anthony Hankerson had 8 carries for 25 yards. Alton McCaskill had 6 carries for 23 yards. Receiving, Travis Hunter, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 13 receptions. Xavier Weaver was 124 yards with 2 touchdowns. Jimmy Horn, He had 5 receptions for 60 yards. Javon Antonio had 4 receptions for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. Dylan Edwards had 3 receptions for 24 yards, and Alton had 1 reception for 18 yards. So I'm waiting for the defensive stats. They're not up yet. They're still loading. So I'm going to come back to that. Unbelievable game. Guys, they were up. Everything was up. You hear me? Everything was up. And then they just blew it. I don't know. I guess they still had injuries in this game. I didn't see Juju Mitchell in the game at all. So I'm not sure what was going on with him. I do know that the quarterback and the offensive coordinator for Stanford, they decided to target Stoutmire. They were targeting him a lot. And yeah, they were targeting him a lot. And then at the end, they were just targeting Travis. And then that one play you saw, the guy caught the pass on his helmet. That was a crazy that play right there was crazy. So we know Travis, this is his first game back. What a hell of a game to lose, man. Yeah, I don't see how they blew a huge. I want to see what Coach Prime have to say in a second, but you guys let me know when he is up. Let me know when he is talking to the media. But man, that right there was crazy. Yeah, I guess out coach, man. That's just what it is. I mean, I can't listen. I've already talked enough about the coaches. I'm not going to do it this time because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I do know they have a bye week, and the next game is UCLA. That's going to be even tougher based upon what happened today. And a lot of teams that they have to play are watching this game, and they got the film. So they still have a issue protecting Shador, but they did okay, though. They did better than most games. And also Shador, early on, he took it upon himself to run, which I thought was really good. And like I said, they were up. I don't know, were they celebrating? I don't know. Like what? I don't know. You said 29-0. So they blew a 20. Yeah, they blew a 29-point lead, right? Did they go up 29 points and before were they up 20 when did they score 29 points before Stanford scored? So they blew a 29-point lead. I mean, like I said, I have said what I said about the running game and things like that. I don't want to say too much to be, people they're quick to call you a hater. So I'm gonna be cool. It is what it is. It's self-explanatory what happened. We know what happened. They blew a 29-point lead. And there was a lot of plays. I'm gonna have to go back and make videos on. There's a lot of plays to unpack here. Travis had a penalty that hurt him. There was a lot that happened in this game. Collectively, together, they lost the game. It wasn't just one person. It wasn't just Stoutmire. It wasn't just one person. Now, I will say this. This is just my opinion. When they were targeting Stoutmire and when that guy caught the touchdown pass on him, well, Kermani has longer arms. I always feel like he will be able to break that up. But for whatever reason, they went with Stoutmire, which, he probably had a good practice and things like that. So I get it. And then there was there was a lot of penalties. The penalties hurt us. But, penalties will get you every time. So they're gonna have to they got a lot to look at. the film to see what they did wrong to improve on the bye week. So Travis came back, man. He like I said, he played a really good game. He did take a hit there in the end zone and held on to the ball. He was shaking up a little bit, but he was able to still play. I thought Weaver was solid too. Xavier Weaver, he was solid. But down the stretch, they just blew it. They just blew it, man. The penalties and everything else. So I'm just waiting to see the press conference to see what he say. But they getting ready to tear this team apart, yo. The media, this is what they needed. They got it now. They getting ready to tear them apart. So we'll see what happens. It happens though. I've seen teams blow. I remember Caleb Williams when he was at Oklahoma. Remember when they had Spencer Rattler in the game, and they took Spencer Rattler out of the game and put Caleb Williams in, and they came back and won that game. So that quarterback for Stanford and that wide receiver and a host of other players, them some dogs right there, man. Their record don't tell the story. Their record, it doesn't tell the story of who they are. They're dogs, man. They got some dogs on that team, man. Number 13, whew. Altitude didn't matter. They went in and did what they had to do. The punting was good on our side, yes. Bassett, the punting was excellent. It was superb. They just didn't quit, man. You felt like they got comfortable. Yeah, they did. Stanford didn't quit. That's what happened. They didn't quit. They didn't quit. That's an old saying in life. Never give up. Just keep grinding and anything can happen. Just keep grinding. And that's what we see here, man. Let me see here. And check your messages. Yeah, man, they just kept grinding and that's what happened. Unbelievable. If you bet on this game, you lost some money. You sure did, because I know I did. But it's all good though. Oh, I just knew I had it in the bag. Y'all should have heard me if y'all was if y'all watching the game with me live. I said the game was over. I said, oh, it's over, man. You lost 5. That's not bad. I said that, they targeted deep. And then Shiloh, he had got beat. Oh, did you see that play where he got beat? He was trying to run down the receiver and he couldn't get him. Oh, man. That was another play. Yeah, it should have been over, but, I don't know what he gonna say to him in that locker room. I hope that locker room don't fall apart. I hope that locker room don't fall apart. Oh, the press conference on. Okay, thank you. I just hope the locker room don't fall apart because it can easily fall apart now. So I just hope it don't. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Good safeties that we have, and Trevor is that kind of team guy that's going to do whatever he needs to do to help his team. And that's something that I'll do that. And I think he played well. I haven't watched the film yet, but thank God that he's willing to sacrifice what he's accustomed to doing to help us improve ourselves.
Hey, Coach, Jake Schwannis, DMVR.
How you
Just
doing?
curious about Travis, just his conditioning. Would you feel like that
His
was
condition is great. It was just some plays he made, some plays he didn't. Just so happens the plays that he didn't make at the end are magnified, but the plays he made kept us in the game.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Nikki Edwards, Hughes Sports Report. I remember you said before that Shador puts on his cape and saves these games for
Right.
you. What kind of happened in overtime where maybe there was miscommunication on that play when it turned into an interception?
Yeah.
What were you
First
seeing
of all, you
there?
should have never thrown the ball. Should have never thrown the ball. I don't know if they played it on a replay to show what happened and with the receivers on that play. Did they show it? Right. Yeah. What happened? Because I want to see it because I know what happened. I want to see what they showed. Yeah, I think something else transpired on that play that shouldn't happen. So he shouldn't have never thrown the ball though. Just give us another down. Let's kick field goal. Stay in it.
Hey, Coach.
Yes,
Tony
sir.
Casolo, Buffalo's Wire. Kickoffs have been an issue for your team this year. I think it's a handful of times you've kicked it out of bounds, especially I think it's twice after a personal foul penalty.
Yeah.
Can you say what the issue is or what the
I don't
idea
think we
trying
had
to
that problem
smooth there?
today. I mean, the kickoff that we did have that went out of bounds, it was going to be marked at the 20 regardless. So it was a moot point. Other than that, I think the Jace did a good job on kickoffs today. We improved in that area today.
Hey, Coach Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera.
Yes, sir.
When you had overtime against Colorado State, you took the ball first when the offense had a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
Why the decision tonight to get the offense out there?
Um, we have a really good quarterback, and I trust him. That's why. And we went right down and scored.
Coach, you mentioned the complacency with this team. You guys now have 2 weeks before you play again. Is
Right.
this a good time for a bye week to try to fix some?
No,
of
it's
these
not a
issues?
good time for a bye week. I mean, if you're having problems where you're injured and you have quite a few injuries, it's a good time for a bye week. But when you playing like you're playing, you don't want a bye week. You want to work it out. You want to make it happen. I wish we could play again next week. I really do.
We talked about the complacency of the defense and
Complacency of everybody.
yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about the offense a little bit. I mean, giving up that amount of points in the second half is obviously unacceptable, but
Yes. Yes.
the offense obviously also has to contribute in some way.
Yeah.
Can
True.
you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, you're right. I don't need to talk about it. You said it.
Coach, just one personnel thing.
Hmm.
Juwan Mitchell, I didn't see him out there at all.
Yeah.
Is he with this team still?
Yeah.
Is he injured?
Ask him what happened. Next guy.
just simply put? I mean, how does this team go forward after a defeat?
You
like
have
this?
no choice but to go for it. That's life. This ain't the only thing that's going on in life. I mean, all you guys are dealing with something. You still moving. You still progressing. You still going forward. We got to do the same darn thing. We didn't expect that. It's a lot of things that goes on in life that's unexpected, and this is one of them. We got to knuckle up and let's go. We can't sit down and have no pity party. Y'all don't feel bad for us. Some of y'all are ecstatic about what transpired today, and I know that. But that's cool. We're gonna take this one on the chin because we deserve it. 29. I've never been in one of these type. I don't remember. From youth on, I don't remember being up 29-0 and losing a football game. I really don't. This is a little tough for me, and I'm trying my best. And I thank you all for your patience, and I thank you for your heart, because this is really tough for me. But you can see when I'm amping up and I kind of see this stuff coming, you can see why I go at it like I go at it, because I could feel my team. I could feel what's about to transpire, and here we go.
I mean, how important are the next maybe 24
Every
to
game
40
is important.
next 24 to 48 hours in terms of flushing this and moving past it?
Well, you got to they got to, what I just said in the locker room to the team is they got to make up in their mind, are they in love with this game or are they in like with it? Because when you love something, you give to it unconditionally. You give everything you got to it, but when you like it, that's just the button you push. and it lights up in a like. That's what they do on social media. So we got to figure out, do they love it or do they like it? And it's hard for me because I love this. I love it. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am truly 100% in love with this thing. And I just want people to match me. Just match my passion, match my heart, match my love, match my consistency, just match my mannerisms, just match every darn thing I give to this game. I love this. Sadly, I love it so much, but the game don't even occupy the ability to love you back. That's a strange love, isn't it?
Coach, you spoke. Patrick Dawson, Scope Up Sports. You spoke about struggles in the secondary. What are some things that you and the coaching staff are going to look at throughout the bye week?
Well, you can always look at personnel, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that was hard to look at. You defensive backs either play to make a play or play to stop a play from being made. I like the guys who play to make a play. I really do. We got to get to that point. Thank you. God bless.
Man, it's an old wide world of sports saying the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Man, it's crazy. That was a crazy game, man. That right there, like he's speechless. I'm speechless, man. It's crazy. What's up, Ant?
Yo, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. I got my cordless headphones in, and I'm still finishing up at work. That's why.
So I take it you watched the game with us, right?
Yeah, I was able to follow it on my phone and everything else. And unfortunately, because I was working, I couldn't take notes. But all I can say is unbelievable. How do you blow a 29-0 lead at halftime? How? Somebody please explain to me how.
It's never happened to him. This is the first time for Coach Brian.
Yeah, I get it. First time for everything, but this is embarrassing.
Everything.
I mean, I all I can say is this.
Now, here's the thing. What you say? Go ahead.
I was clapping to give Stanford credit for what they did. I mean, they were hungrier. They weren't hungry. They were hungrier. That's what it was, and they showed it. And you have to respect the players, the coaching staff for sticking it out and not quitting. So they were hungrier. So you got to tip your hat off to Stanford, for real.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. They mentioned Jawan Juju Mitchell. Right. He said, go talk to him and find out what happened. No, we're asking you, Coach, what happened? Because he's your best linebacker. Like, what happened? Yeah. Like, why are you not playing? And why did you guys abandon the running game? I mean, you had Alton McCaskill out. You guys took him out. Like, like these are some questions like we're asking the coach because he's the head coach. We just want to know like what's going on. We don't know what's going on with Juju Mitchell.
Exactly.
I thought he was hurt. But he obviously I don't know. Maybe he's not hurt. I don't know. We still don't know.
Nobody knows, and that's the problem. He's not answering those questions, and these are legitimate questions.
I remember he also mentioned that Kavarsye Smoke is a dog, and we need to find out to get him some touches in the game, and he didn't get in. So, but Hankerson, they should have if they were going to keep up with the running game. I mean, just keep Hankerson in there.
Exactly.
It seemed like he was able to run.
He was getting some stuff done for that
game down. You got to slow it down.
Exactly.
It was working at first, right? I'm talking about when they saw the momentum shifting. when they saw the momentum shifting, that's when they should have slowed the game down. I'm not talking about when they got up 29 points because it was working.
Right. If it's working, keep with it.
Yeah, but when they saw the momentum shifting and they saw what was happening, maybe like then you can go back to the running game to see what happens.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have an answer for what happened though, to be honest with you.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think Fritz Pollard, Amos Alonzo Stagg, Walter Camp, Eddie Robinson, Joe Paterno, Bobby Bowden could come up with an answer to what just happened here.
Yeah, they lost that locker room. I could tell because before the game, the coaches, you know how they address the team.
Right.
They were saying that 95% of you in this room or more than that are not going to the NFL. And they pretty much telling the team they suck. They pretty much saying it. You suck. And you know, you'll be replaced. So yeah, they lost the locker room. It's on the coaches, man.
Yeah.
It's on the coaches. It's not the players, it's the
No,
coaches.
no.
Because
That definitely
as you see, they were up. You know, they were up. There was a lot of yelling on that sideline. The coach, I'm telling you, these might be young men, but they're grown men.
exactly.
You got to treat them like grown men. They're grown men. They don't like being yelled at like that. Hold on, let's see what you're talking about. Give me a second.
All right.
Hey, can you mute?
Sure, not a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute too.
First half, and then to be sitting here with a loss.
I feel like any loss is like you don't really take it that good. I don't think it's feel good losses. I feel like all losses feel the same.
Dad was just talking about how he noticed complacency heading into the locker room.
Yeah.
What was his message at the half there?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember because I was just so locked in. I was just a different mind frame you gotta get in when you know you playing 4 quarters. So really I just like staying just focused and staying in that mode and really just carry that throughout the whole game.
Do you feel like you tried to change the approach as an offense heading into the second half, or because it had worked so well in the first half, it was let's just keep doing it, man? 29 points.
Well, I'm not sure. I just executed the plays that was called. I didn't really look at it in a big grand scheme of things.
Shador, Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. Take me through the last play in overtime, the interception, and what you saw on that play as you were kind of escaping, trying to make a play.
It was just a dumb play. I just threw it up. Simple.
Hey, Shador, just what was it like playing with Travis again tonight, though?
It was good. He explosive players. It's good to have him back out there. We got to um, work through some plays and stuff with him to make sure he's all the ways in the right spot. But when the ball gets in his hand, he's explosive.
Sure, Kyle Newman from the Denver Post. How do you guys flush this one and kind of, keep the ultimate goal and a bowl season in mind after this tough loss?
I mean, I'm not even thinking that far yet. I got to at least feel this one first.
Sure, on the first drive of the second half, when you kind of took that sack that kind of pushed you guys on the fourth down play, did you feel a loss of momentum there at all?
No, it was never a loss of momentum. It was just we just gotta understand you can't peak too high, you can't be too low. You gotta always stay level headed with everything. That was the biggest thing. It was just like we never had that feeling of dominating in the first half. So then that's when a lot of people you'll say it peaked too fast to where everybody don't really understand. Like we gotta be the same way, same approach, same everything. It's a difference with saying that, and it's a difference with meaning and going about it each and everything. So slow starts just always happen when just one or two people mess up on a play, and then it just messes up.
And what was so easy? What was so easy for you guys offensively in the first half that kind of disappeared there in the second half?
Attention to detail. That's it.
Shador, how disappointing, with the way the offense was going in the first half, how disappointing that offensively you guys couldn't get much going in the second half to help your defense out when they were on the run?
It was definitely frustrating because, like I say, it was one or two players away from uh, really hitting explosive plays, from doing the right things each and every drive we had. So when you really like when we look at the film and what I notice on the field is just all 11 players got to do their job, and that's it. We can't, because the stuff gonna catch up when it catch up, and it caught up to us today.
Folks from the outside, there's not much middle ground on you guys. There's lovers and there's haters, and you've addressed both of them. What do you say to outsiders who are going to say, man, 13 went off. Travis had too many snaps. He came back too early. He was tired. He was this. He was that. Because they don't know. You know. What'd you say to them?
I mean, I don't really think that's a focus point for me at all. I'm mainly focused on the team and focused on what we need to improve on, and the people gonna hate you and love you, so you gotta understand that's what you can't uh, be happy when everything's good and sad when everything's bad. You gotta be the same person regardless. So that's basically where I just stay and how I live my life is just level headed throughout the whole game, staying the same way, not getting too up, not getting too down, because as you've seen, things could go left quick, and today's a moment to show that live in person.
Sure, your dad was saying in here earlier that he's never really been a part of a game. He can remember that, he blew a 29-point lead at halftime. I'm sure the same can be said for you. How do you move on from a game like this?
I mean, we got to accept this one first, and it's just a different level of, I would say, focus, different level of attitude, different level of just seriousness, because the little things, even like when we score touchdowns, we still busting routes. Like, we just can't afford to do that because it's gonna catch up when it catch up. So that's the main thing. Like, understand when guys busting routes and when I'm not making the right read, getting the ball in my hand, doing the right thing, then it gotta be some punishment for it. We gotta be able to grow from it and not keep making the same mistakes.
Ralph Simpson with Destiny TV. First, I want to continue what you did in the community, how you helped the community and the team.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan had some setbacks
Mm-hmm.
before he won championships.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons had to have some setbacks
Mm-hmm.
before they won some championships.
Yeah.
You got some championships coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some things happen for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all got greatness in you, and it's coming.
For sure. Appreciate it, man. I feel the same way.
Ariel Arsuto, 9 News. Your coach, father, said that his message after the game was that some players either like or love the game,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a separation between the two. Do you feel personally that there is that separation in the locker room, that some players just aren't fully buying in? They don't fully love this game right now?
I mean, I'm not gonna point fingers. That's not what I'm here for. I let the coaches. That's what they're here for. They're here to guide us. So I can't really say that and throw no teammate under the bus, because that's not what type of player I am. Uh, the guys know that um, and that's it. But I'll never put a teammate down and say he's not fully in if he probably is. Possibly. I feel like it could be that everywhere in the country, but we possibly could have it too. So that's not up for me to decide. I'm just up to decide, just make the right reads, win games, get the ball in my hands, and just push the team. Appreciate it.
Wow, that was very powerful. I mean,
Yeah,
you,
he's very mature for his age, and
no, definitely,
I like how he handled himself.
yeah.
Yeah, he can just go back to the drawing board and wait for the next game. That's all he pretty much can do. But they do have the bye week. But I just want to say this, because maybe nobody else is going to say it, so I'm just going to say it. It's the coach's fault. It's not the kids' fault because they playing hard out there. And like I said, when they addressed the team and they said 99% or whatever the percentage was not going to the NFL, you just pretty much told them they were garbage. So if they're garbage, then okay, we don't need to keep hearing we're garbage. We don't need to keep hearing it. We don't need to keep hearing it. Then go replace us after the season. Then go ahead and replace us then. If we're that garbage. We don't need to keep hearing it. Because at the end of the day, it falls on the coaches too. You guys need to look at yourselves in the mirror and figure out what you can do better. So yeah, I'll say that. I didn't like how y'all said that. I think it was Dennis Thurman that said it. I don't like that you said that. You sat there and said that some of these kids, despite what you say, they do have aspirations of going to the NFL. And some kids, they know they're not going to the NFL, but their education is more important. They're getting a free education. So whoever that's on scholarship, not all of them on scholarship, but the ones that are on scholarship, they're there for education first. Sports is secondary. The education is more important. They're there for the experience and they're there for the education. Now, you don't have to keep telling them that they're not going to the NFL. We know that. And most of the people that get to the NFL, less than a percentage get max contracts. So we know this. So you don't have to keep, when you guys win, tell them what they're doing right. All I keep hearing is that this team sucks. You're pretty much saying that the team sucks. That's pretty much what you're saying.
It sounds like they were saying that even before the season started. That's what it sounds like. And coaches got to be mindful and aware of what type of message you want to send to these players. Because if you want them to buy in, you have to tell them something that's going to motivate them, that's going to make them run through fire with zero hesitation whatsoever. That's what you have to do. You got to give them a positive message to let them know. Let's just go out there, let's do our job, and most importantly, let's have some fun. Go out there, do what you got to do. That's it. If you're doing good, if they're like you said, if they're doing good, you let them know that. If they're doing bad, you let them know that. That's the only way they're going to learn. That's how they're going to learn to improve. That's how they're going to learn to get back up when they fall down.
Yeah, I don't want to keep harping on it. I just wanted to say that. They have their own style of coaching, right?
Right.
Okay, you look at them and say, okay, 99% of you are not going to make the NFL. We know that. We know the percentage. The percentage for players to go to the NFL is very low. You don't have that many jobs in the NFL.
No.
There's not that many jobs available. So we know that. So, we passed that. So, but I honestly think the coaches need to look at themselves in the mirror. It's not the players, man. It's not the players because you guys are not using the running backs effectively. You're just not. Let me just say this. You have a running back, he did amazing things when he was at the University of Houston. You just got to give him a chance to warm that engine up. You guys are not giving him a chance.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, I want to say that what they were doing was working because they went up 29 points. So there was a lot of pluses that you could take away from this game, but that might be negated from they blew a whole lead like that. So yeah, that probably was negated. There's certain players on that team that's never going to lose their position, no matter how horribly they play.
True.
They're not going to lose their position.
That is so
coaches,
true.
I feel like you coaches are losing that locker room. You guys lost it. You guys lost the locker room, man. You did. And it's the players. The players are the reason why they have to win a season anyway. It's the players, not the coaches. So I'm just bold enough to say it. It's on the players. So for the players, if you ever hear this, congratulations. Your success really is falls on your shoulders. It really falls on your shoulders, so you don't have nothing to hang your head down upon. You guys keep your head up, man, and then learn from this and come back. That's it. It's just
All
it's
they can
just a
do.
game. It's just a game, and everybody's not going to the NFL. You don't. And let me just say this to the players: you don't need the NFL to feed your family. You can be business owners. You could do that. You're there for the experience. You're there for the connections that you're building, and your education. That's how you feed your family. In the NFL, you go get CTE. You had a higher risk of getting it. So it's not all what it's cut out to be. So I just want to keep it real like that. Everybody is not, for some people, they're going to benefit highly from the NFL and make millions of dollars, but everybody's not
Right.
going to do it.
I-
So
I'll say
keep
this
your
to the.
heads up, keep your heads up and keep grinding. That's it. Don't let these
I'll
coaches,
say.
don't let these coaches tell you ain't shit, because you are. You know, to do what you're doing, everybody can't do what you're doing. Everybody can't play football at the level y'all playing. And there's a lot of noise in your background.
Nah, sorry, I'm driving home. I'm driving home from work now. That's why I got my beats
Yeah.
in. That's why. So
Yeah.
sorry about that.
I just want to say that everybody can't do what y'all doing. You guys are elite. Don't let these coaches keep telling you ain't good enough in the NFL. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Just keep doing what you're doing, because this season y'all had is on y'all. Shador was playing immaculate. He was playing immaculate today.
Right.
He took it upon himself and ran the ball, and he did what he had to do. Shit happens, man. That's the only thing I can say.
What I want to say to the players, if they are going to listen to this,
No, we talking to people in general.
yeah. But if
You
the
know what I'm
players,
saying? This is
yeah,
like, yeah.
these guys went out there and worked their asses off.
Good.
These guys went out there and gave it 110. That's what happened. They went out there and gave it 110 because you saw it in the first half what they were doing, and it was working. Why they made changes to the second half, that makes no sense. And like you said, you got to put that on the coaches. And I said it before, be consistent, be constant and consistent. Because once you get complacent, that's when shit goes sideways. And what happened? They got complacent. And that's when shit went sideways. So you definitely have to put this on the coaching staff. And some people may not like the fact that I'm going to say this, but it starts with Coach Prom. And it goes all the way to his staff. They made this shit sandwich. So all of them got to take a bite out of it. That's what happened. Because
Yeah, man, that was I sat there. Remember when I said I saw this game over?
yeah,
Remember I said that?
yeah, I remember that too. I'm
Yeah,
watching
I said
again.
the game over.
I'm watching this. I'm watching this at work. I'm watching this while I'm working. I'm looking at it like, yeah, they got this. I'm
Yeah, I
looking
was like,
at what they're doing, like, yeah, they got this game.
I said, let me go ahead and lay down because they got this.
And I
But
was about
at the end of the day, though, again, I just want to stress this: the players, man, you guys, for this whole season, I watch you guys grind. For the little bit of practice that we did see, I see you guys grinding. Some of you are grinding so hard, you're getting hurt in practice.
yeah.
You're getting hurt in practice. That's how much you grinding. Don't let these coaches tell you can't go to NFL, man. Don't listen to them. Because now, not only are you battling your opponent, you're battling the coaches.
Yeah.
You're battling the coaches before you even get to the game. Because they don't believe in you. When they say 99% of you ain't going, they telling you ain't shit. That's what they telling you. So don't listen to them. Just, obviously you got to have respect. Don't lose respect, but just go out there and grind and let it go in one ear and out the other at this point. Because you guys don't call the plays. You guys got to execute the plays, but you guys don't call them. But you got to execute them. So it's on everybody. It's not just the plays, on everybody.
Yeah.
The coaches got to hold themselves accountable, man. They can't just say, do you like football or do you love it? No, I love my education. I'm a student athlete, not an athlete student.
That's true.
The student is first. I'm a student athlete. So my education is more important. Because you just said it, 99% of us is not going to the NFL. I'm here to do my job as an athlete, but some of these players, football is not 100% their life. So these kids are here for an education first. And I know you coaches want to win because it make you look good. I know that. I know the pressure is on y'all. The pressure is on you. I know it is. You put that pressure on you. But give these kids a break, man. Give these kids a break. I'm gonna be the one to say it. Give these kids a break, man. These kids is working so damn hard, they getting hurt in practice before they even get to the game. Travis coming off a lacerated liver, and he's out there playing. No, you got dogs on that team. You win some, you lose some. That's it. You win some, you lose some, and then next year you build upon this year. You know? But don't tell the kids that, you know, some of you ain't gonna be here because I'm gonna replace you. Well, guess what then? Fuck your team then. I'd rather lose then. I ain't gonna help you win since you're gonna say I ain't gonna be here. That's the mentality I would have. Okay, I'm not gonna be here. Okay. See if I protect your son. So y'all need to watch what y'all say to these kids, man.
Yeah.
You need to watch what you say, man, to these kids saying that, you know, you guys are going to be replaced. How you think that kid going to feel? His education is on the line.
Exactly. And the
And then you
thing is,
say, well, and hold on, let me finish.
all right, my
And
bad,
then
my
I
bad.
got to read these coaches because ain't nobody reading these coaches like me. I'm going to read them real quick. And then going to say, don't you guys get your rent paid and all that stuff? So what you trying to say? You trying to say that ain't going to happen no more after the season? That's what you trying to say? You lost this locker room. You know why? You guys blew a 29-point lead. Something is wrong in that locker room. Something is wrong. You guys are not all on one accord. But at the end of the day, though, you got to put this in perspective. It's just a football game. I know it's big business to the coaches. They want to look good and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they're not athlete students. They're student athletes. So you win some, you lose some. Oh, well. So I just wanted to say that. So hopefully, you know, they could come back and easily beat UCLA. You know, the season is not over. So, but the coaches, man, you guys gotta do better. But that's about it, man. That's about it.
That's it all in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Basically,
man,
the best.
you can't tell me that, yeah, you know, my rent is getting paid and all that stuff, and I might not be here next year. And I'm out there working. No, you can't tell me that. No. Of course, there's going to be some resistance in that locker room. Those are men you're talking to. You're not talking to children. They're not high school anymore. They're men. They're old enough to go to the military. They're men. You can't talk to men that way and say, like, you know, you might not be here. You know, well, why don't you believe in us and we'll improve next year? We can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. This team was just put together. What do you guys expect? You guys do have high expectations. You're supposed to. But this team was just put together. And you guys still have a winning record. You're still above 500. So for me, and you still can get bowl eligible. For me, that's a success. So I congratulate the kids for on the eve of being bowl eligible still. I think to be bowl eligible, how many games you got to win?
6 games.
6? Yeah, they
6
they can they
games.
can they can come out of this season with 6 wins. So you guys don't got nothing to hang your head down. I know them coaches are gonna ream you.
Yep.
I know they are. I know they're gonna ream you, and I know that you feel like you can't say nothing back because they'll kick you off the team. I know that. I know. But you let it go in one ear and out the other. Don't be disrespectful or anything. Just let it go in one ear and out the other, and then keep balling. You know what I'm saying? Keep balling, and you guys should be all right. But I like what I saw though in Shador though. he started running the ball and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, he was not scared.
Yeah, he was a general out there. I love it.
He took charge of the situation. He made the adjustments that he had to do. He didn't stay in the pocket for too long. The one mistake that I will say is there are times when he needed to get rid of the ball and he held on to it. And there
He
are
was a
times
general.
when, yeah, those are the only mistakes I would say Shador made was this. The times that he could have gotten rid of the ball, he held on to it when he got sacked. And that one situation where he should have just held on to the ball, he just threw the ball up and it was an interception.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You know, like I was just looking at it like in its totality.
Right.
I like that he took the initiative and turned into a running back.
Right.
I like that. I really did. I really and I like what Travis did. He came back and played really hard. He played hard.
Yeah, he did. He
did.
you could tell that he was putting that effort on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I was out for a few weeks. Yeah, I gotta wear this Kevlar vest and it sucks. But guess what? I'm still gonna ball out. And that's what he did. Even when he caught that touchdown, he took that shot and he ate that. He still made sure he held onto the ball to get those 6 points.
Yeah, he took a big shot and held on to the ball. He knew that
Mhm.
shot was coming though. He knew it. He held on to the ball. I like Xavier Weaver played hard.
Yeah.
They were doubling Jimmy. They were doubling him.
Yeah, but and that made it possible for
Right.
for Weaver and to and for Travis.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that made an opportunity for them to go do what they had to do as well.
Yeah.
I was listening to the broadcast as well, and when he was talking about Javon Antonio playing with a heavy heart, my condolences to I know he's feeling bad, and that's okay. I mean, yes, he's a man, but he's also still a kid. He lost a very good friend of his and everything else.
Right.
My condolences to the family for their loss. I mean, no parent should ever have to bury their child. And he went out there.
His friend, he was a friend of his and ex-teammate as well.
Yeah. So they knew each other for some time. They bonded, and he went out there and he did his thing. And I know wherever his friend is, he'd be proud of him.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. That's the thing Javon got to understand. Wherever your friend is now, he'd be proud of you for going out there, for playing that game, and doing what you did.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. He'd be proud of you, and his family would be proud of you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's I like what the defensive line, they were getting to that quarterback a little bit. They were getting to it. They made a few, but you go back and look at the penalties, if they can give up less penalties, that'll be cool as well. They got a lot to look at and improve on and come back. I take my hat to freaking Stanford. Let me tell you something. Stanford's their record doesn't tell who they are. I can tell you that right now. They got some dogs on that team. They got at least a few of them. So that wide receiver, man, he did not give up.
I'm trying to what other penalties that he can. Yeah.
Well, they caught. They had
ironically,
Travis. Remember that unsportsmanlike gave him the first down on that drive.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of penalties.
I remember that.
At the end of the day. But they have the bye week, and then they get to rest up a little bit, and then come on back for UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be an away
They
game.
do.
In Los Angeles.
Honestly, that kid from so maybe them going to LA will help them deal with that distraction in Boulder. It'll help them deal with that distraction. But I was trying to remember something when I saw that kid from Stanford when he made that catch, and I'm looking at that catch I didn't get you to put it in the chat, but I remember seeing a play similar to that, and I think I just found out who the player is that did it. He used to play. He was a receiver at Alabama, and I think I just remember his name who did it. The guy's name was Tyrell Prethrow, and
Oh
he did
man.
a play similar to that,
Oh, that
where
you talking
he
about that
caught, where he literally
touchdown
put his
moment?
hands out behind the DB, caught the ball in the process of getting tackled, pulled the ball in, and scored the touchdown. I forgot who they were playing that year, but that was the one play. That was the one thing that came to mind when I saw that play was Tyrell Prethrow doing the same thing for Alabama.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was one of the last plays he did because if I remember that following drive, I think either he hurt his knee or I'm trying to remember he broke his leg or broke his ankle.
Hey man, the stars was just aligned for him on that play.
Yeah.
The stars were
Yeah.
just aligned because he caught it off his helmet, and then they walked in together, walked in the
Yeah.
end zone
That's
together
what
while the
makes it even
stars in the back of his
hilarious.
helmet. Huh?
And that's the thing because Travis was like, "What the hell just happened?" And he's standing there, arms out, with the ball in his hand, saying, "I just got 6 off you, bro." I'm like,
Yeah, it was
that's
crazy.
what I posted when I posted in the chat. Like,
And you know that other
oh
play,
yeah,
that
that's his moment.
that other play when Shiloh was trying to track down the guy. He was in back of him, but he couldn't quite get to him. That was a crazy play too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stars were aligned for them today,
Oh
man.
man.
That's the only thing I can explain it.
Oh man. And stars were aligned for him. They were. Wow.
That's the only way I can say it. Like the stars were
Unbelievable.
aligned, man.
Unbelievable.
Yo, let me tell you. Remember when I said it was over, right? So then they
For
scored
real.
twice, and then I started calculating.
Yeah.
I said, "Wait a minute, that's 2 touchdowns and a field goal." I said, "Uh-oh." I said, "I shouldn't have talked so soon." Friday the 13th, man. Friday the 13th, right? And look, I lost.
Yep.
Look,
Oh
next thing
man.
I was already celebrating. I was like, "Wait a minute, 2 touchdowns." I said, "Let me do the math here." Okay, they'll be good. And then they scored again. I was like, "Oh, let me." Did you see? I got quiet. I said, "Let me." That shut me all the way up.
Yeah, you did. You basically just. I think you muted your
I
mic
muted. Yeah,
after that. Like, yeah,
I
let
sure
me
did.
mute mic.
I muted the whole time. I looked at my like, yeah, I lost it.
Oh man.
It's interesting though. They was like, "What's up with Juju Mitchell?" He didn't. He said, "You need that. You need to ask him." Like, so what happened? Like,
Wow.
I don't know why he wasn't out there. There's a couple of linebackers that wasn't out there. I mean, I guess
Yeah, I think there were a few players that.
yeah, there was quite a few I didn't see that I thought was gonna play, but it's all good. Yeah,
That we playing. Yeah.
he did get a lot of tackles. You talking about Shiloh? He did. He did get a lot of tackles in this game. I'm trying to see if the stats are up yet for the defense. Let me see. Yeah, they are. So let's see. Let me see what Shiloh did. Okay, well, Roderick Ward, he led all tackles with 9. So he did pretty good too, Roderick
Okay.
Ward. Stoutmeyer, he had 6 tackles. Trevor Woods had 6. Jordan Dominic had 5.
Okay.
And Shiloh had 4.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Were there any sacks? No, there were no sacks. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Yes, it was. Jordan Dominic. Taj Austin had a
Yes.
sack. Kari Mans
Okay.
had a sack. Yeah, they had quite a few. They had about 3 sacks this game. Kari Mans, Taj Austin, Jordan Dominic. Let me see.
So
Yeah, Roger Ward, he led all people with 9 tackles. Let me see. Did Cooper play? Yeah, Omarion, he was in on 1 tackle.
I don't think he did.
Play that
Oh, he
much.
did?
He didn't play that much. Travis, I guess because Travis was back.
Oh, okay.
Travis had 5 tackles.
Yeah. So that decreased his load.
Yeah, but Roger Ward led all. He led the defense in tackles this game. So, I mean, they played. I mean, you know, like Coach Prime said, like what did he say? Do you like the
Yeah.
game or do you love the game?
Well, you love the game.
Yeah.
That like I'm trying to understand it. Like I understand the question, but is that really the time to ask that question?
No, this is not the first time.
Eh,
This wasn't the first time he was posing that
Oh, it's
question.
not the first time he said it.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I guess what he's trying to say is some of them are not all in like he want them to. But what if they feel like they are though?
That's true.
But yeah, that speech, I just want to say that coach,
That's
that
true.
wasn't
It's like,
Coach Prime that
how
said
much
it.
more
It
are you asking
was
from them?
Dennis Thurman that said it. He said that 99% of you are not going to make it. He shouldn't have said that. Because he pretty much saying they're not good enough.
That
And look,
no.
a lot
You
of
keep that
them
to yourself.
a lot of them are graduate students. They came there to try to get their opportunity. He pretty much said they're not good enough. Pretty much, he said 99%.
Yeah.
So the only people in there good enough is Travis, Shador, Shiloh, and a few others. That's it. That's pretty much what he said.
Wow.
He said they're not even going to get a shot on a team, meaning
You don't
that
say that.
they're not even going to be invited. He said that. You think I want to play hard for you after you said that? Probably not.
Hell no.
There's going to be some players on
Hell
there that
no.
gave up. Yeah.
No. I mean, one thing I learned in the army is there's a saying: there's no such thing as bad operations, only bad leaders. And for that assistant coach to say that, that is a poor example of leadership, definitely on his part.
I mean, the thing is, we know that it's hard to get in the NFL. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And you know,
it's that obvious.
and
You don't need
look,
to emphasize it to us.
here's another thing that I noticed. When they were posing these questions to the team was
All
quiet.
right, go ahead.
The team was hey, Antoine, come in and come out. There's a delay. There's a delay on your end.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay.
All right.
When he was saying that to the team, they said it hardly nobody answered. Hardly nobody answered. It's because, like, you guys don't believe in him. You guys don't believe in that team. The coaches don't believe in that team, man. The record that they have and the success that they had up to this point is all on the players. It wasn't the coaches, because the coaches don't believe in them. They're just placeholders. That's the feeling I'm getting, that they're just placeholders until they get the real dogs in there. So a lot of these players are feeling like they're probably placeholders now, because they were told it, like, some of you, if you don't change what you're doing, there's going to be new people in them seats. That's what was told to them. You lost your locker room. I'm just telling you, you lost them. You lost the locker room. You don't tell them that they're going to be replaced, because they know they're going to be, because you already replaced a bunch of people. So they know that. So you guys are like the team now. It's all on them whether they want to win, not the coaches. Y'all not helping with them speeches. I'm just letting y'all know that. To see the players, they're not going to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you. Because if they tell you that, you'll kick them off the team. But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, looking on the outside in, y'all out of pocket for saying that. If you guys don't shape up, you guys going to get replaced. No, sometimes it takes players a couple years to develop. So what you're saying is you guys don't even have the patience to develop players. That's what you're saying. It takes a couple years to develop. It took Tom Brady how many years? See, people don't remember when he wasn't even a starter at Michigan until late. He wasn't a starter. It took him about 4 years to develop. No, excuse me. It took him 3 years. He started playing his junior year. It took him about 3 to 4 years to develop. And it took him a little longer to turn into the player that he had became. It takes a while for players to develop. So when you have a speech and say that if you guys ain't going to do this and do that, you're not going to be here, what you're saying is you don't have time to develop people. So pretty much, I'm going to tell you all this, the coaches, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to have the same results every year. I'm just telling you. You ain't going to win in this league like that. You got to develop players. So you can, like you said, they're a little too blunt. Y'all can keep being blunt, but y'all going to lose that locker room. You probably already lost it. From the little I see in that practice, I mean, to be fair, I'm not at the practice, so I don't know what's going on. But them players, it look like they be out there put the ball in hard as they possibly can. Maybe some players, you might not think they're good enough, right? You might not think they're good enough, but a player 2 years from now, that player might blossom into something. You guys are killing players. This is where you come to get your confidence burned. You just go to Colorado. You guys are killing people confidence like that. You got to talk to these players like they men. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that, oh, what else are y'all getting paid for? Yeah, we're doing our job. You might not think we're doing a job to your caliber, but we're doing our job. We're at practice. We're playing. And I heard you say that, aren't you guys getting your rent paid? So pretty much what you're saying is that they don't live up to your standards. They're not going to have that after the season. Yeah, I'm not going to play hard for you either. So you coaches got to look at yourself in the mirror because you guys blew it. You blew it. And the players are not going to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you. You guys blew it. Coach Prime, if I was you, I would put that microphone down. Every time I see you got the microphone up. Why don't you have your offensive coordinator go up in the booth? And your defensive coordinator. I remember Dom Capers used to be in the booth. I never known a defensive coordinator. Sometimes they do be on the field. Why don't they go in the booth, man? You can stand there and be like, and look at what you're saying, but you're the leader, man. You're the leader. So that's all I got to say on it. I'm not going to drag these coaches too much. You said, but you're not him. I'm not trying to be him. I'm comfortable in who I am. You feel me? I'm comfortable in who I am. I'm just not afraid to speak my speech. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? You heard me, G? But I'm not him. I'm just sitting here giving my opinion. If you don't like it, you can leave. How about that? How about, matter of fact, I'll get you out of here. Hold on. But I'm not him. I never said I wanted to be him. The fuck? I'm just sitting up here being real. You don't tell these players that they gonna be replaced. You don't do that. You just replace them at the end of the season. You don't have to tell them. So yeah, you said did he flex his right now? You trolling? Did he flex his Rolex tonight? That's just that. I don't take no like him flexing his Rolex or whatever. That's just him having fun after a game. I don't really take that. Ain't really nothing. That's something he like to do. But yeah, man. But all in all, that was a crazy game, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a crazy game. I thought they had it. That's why I should have been quiet. I'm like, I should have just been quiet. Yeah, they do talk to him like that. I'm just not afraid to say it. Now, the players are afraid to say it because they're not going to go to Coach Prime and tell him about himself because they'll be out of here. But I will, though. I will. Look, Coach Prime, like everybody not going to get a gold jacket. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the very few. You got to meet these players where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all on him. It's them positional coaches as well. One of the coaches, he yelling and running all over the place, yelling. Calm down, bro. Because if you got to do all that, that means you compensating. You know what I'm saying? You compensating. If you got to sit up here and yell all over the place and do all this, I don't see Andy Reid doing that. So you compensating. So it's something you ain't doing right. So calm down with all that yelling. Calm down with all that yelling. Just yelling and jumping all over the place, acting like a fool. I don't see all the top coaches doing that. Well, some of them do. Some of them. It depends. But you ain't got to do all that to get your point across. That's my point. But anyway, I'm done dragging these coaches, man. I'm done. Because the kids can't do it. The kids can't do it because if they do, they're out of there. So they can't do it. They don't have a voice. But from all I've been seeing for this whole season, these kids been working hard. This whole fucking season, they've been working hard. They've been working hard, man. The whole season, every last one of them, I've been seeing them. Anyone out on that field, yeah, they might make mistakes. Some players might get burned, but who don't get burned? I just see them. I see them playing hard out there. Yeah, they gave up a big lead, but something went wrong. And I guarantee you there's some turmoil in that locker room. Guarantee it. Yeah, I saw Carter yelling. And he was talking to Coach Prime. And then I saw how Kermani looked too. Yeah, man. It's the heat of the moment. Stuff happens. But just play for yourselves, man. You guys play hard. The defense, I saw y'all getting them sacks on the quarterback. Y'all playing hard as you can. Maybe the coaches don't think you good enough. But that's on the coaches. That's on the coaches. Because it's only going to keep happening. It's the coaches. It's only going to keep happening. They can come bring in 50 more people. It's going to be the same results until they change what they're doing. That's a fact. So that's for the players right there. I did that for the players that are afraid to speak. So I said that. It's crazy, man. But anyway, how y'all doing? If anybody else want to come in, here's the link. Yeah, them players, man, they playing hard, man. I mean, Stoutmeyer, you said he can't get cooked. Well, I don't know if he was yet. We didn't hear what he said. He did appear to say something, but he could have been just talking to himself. We don't know. And it looked like he was talking to the coach. It could have been he just talking to himself. Like, fuck, I messed up. He could have just said that. I don't know. I can't read lips. But he appeared to say something, though. See, why do I gotta be a hater? Because I'm speaking my mind. Why do I gotta be a hater? Because you know you're getting ready to go to the block party. You know that. You know you're getting ready to go to the block party. Hold on, Antoine. Yeah, Antoine, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. There we
ain't
go.
nobody hating on
I was
nobody.
trying to fix
I'm
something.
just telling it
Can you
like
hear
it
me
is.
now?
Yeah, ain't nobody hating on nobody. I'm just telling it like it is. Yeah, ain't nobody sitting up here hating. I'm not hating on them. That's all you can say is hate. You can't refute what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. You can't refute what I'm saying. You're just gonna call me a hater. Yeah, I don't respect that. Oh, you're a hater. No, you can't even articulate yourself and refute what I'm saying. Prove me wrong then. That them speeches is incorrect, is out of pocket. Yeah, I'm just, Oh, Antoine, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I was letting you say what you had to say and everything else. I was trying to fix this little bit of a glitch and everything else, trying to get back on. It seemed like for some reason trying to change my settings on StreamYard was a bit of a challenge. So I was just like, you know what? I'll wait for you to put the link up, and I guess that works better that way. So it is what it is. So my thing is, it's just I
Jeffrey
listen to
says,
some of the things that people are saying. I'm like, nah. I'm like, everyone has a right to be shocked by what happened. No one likes the fact that you see a team blow a 29-point lead. Yes, it's not one of those things that happens every day. But now it's going to take a little bit more than soul searching. That's going to right this ship. It's going to take a lot. I don't know what it is, but it's going to take a lot for them to finally get it together and finally get things done. It really is. It's going to take some time, man. They don't have a lot of time left. They got UCLA 2 weeks from now. So all they got to do right now is the best thing I can tell them to do is just start getting ready for UCLA and take advantage of this time off to reflect and pay attention and see what you're going to do next. That's all.
yeah, they're in a bye week. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Damn, this season going by fast too. Only 5 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 games
That's
left. Season just blew past, didn't it? We're almost ready for the
yeah, it
holidays.
did. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to rebound. They got to rebound, and it's going to take a little bit more than just soul searching to realize and to reflect on this. It's going to take a lot, and hopefully
What is
this
what are they,
time
4?
off and
What are they,
then
4
taking
and
that
3?
trip.
I don't know why I keep thought they
I
were
think
5
so
and 3.
now. Yeah, 4-3.
They 4 and 3, right?
Mm-hmm. They're 4-3. They still got 2 more wins to get. That'll make them bowl eligible.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
They got to win 2 more games to make themselves bowl eligible.
Look, I try to give them a victory. I said 5
But
and
even
3.
still,
It's 4 and 3. Okay.
but but looking back what they did last season to now, that's a resounding effort. That is not easy.
No, it's
I
not
mean,
easy.
you got to give credit. You got to give credit to these players, for the players that transferred in, who bought in, to the players that stayed to buy in, and to the coaching staff as well. to get a team
Man.
in a big name conference that won only one game and they improved in so many ways. That's a blessing. That's a win. That's something you can definitely hang your hat on. So use this
How
time
is
to
Arizona
really
this
just
year? You know,
think about what just happened. Say again.
Arizona any good this year?
I don't know. I really haven't heard much about Arizona this season. I really haven't. I haven't heard them make any noise or something that's just saying, "Oh wow, check out what the Wildcats are doing." No, I haven't heard anything about them. I really haven't. So
UCLA is number 18. Oregon State is ranked
mm,
15.
mm,
Damn, the only unranked team they play is Arizona. UCLA is 18, Oregon State 15, Washington State 19, and Utah 16.
well, that's the grind they gotta have to deal with.
They had a tough schedule this year. I'm just looking
Yeah,
back at
but
they had a
Colorado's
tough
always had tough schedules. Yeah, they did.
They say that Stanford was
In
supposed to be
Colorado,
a gimme game, but you know these teams come out and they play Colorado with their A game.
that's
Damn.
true.
Yes, sir.
Well, like I, s-
Minutes.
like I
What's going on?
said, what's good?
Thomas L, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. What's up, y'all? I was just saying if I was in. I wasn't sure if I was in. I don't want to go ahead. You can go ahead and Bill. I don't want to cut your draw. But yeah, I mean, I was trying to figure out the. I was just setting up my account. I didn't mean to like. I didn't know what was being said because I was in the background. But yeah, man. That's me. I was in the chat. Like, I did want to come up and say, hey, peace. But
Peace to you.
like that game, I know it was disturbing. You know, seeing that 29.
Peace and blessings, bro.
Peace and blessings. You know, that 29-0 lead being totally diminished. But like for me as an ex-player, I played backer in college. You know, I played for Laney and Fresno and played for Fremont, Oakland, like years ago though. But like when you got that much of a lead, like they should have started to run the ball a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Manage the game from my point of view, because you started to see the refs take over the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
When they called that flag on I forget who it was who made that big hit on that special teams play when he came down, he made that hit, and they called a flag when he got up over him. He just kept going. They called a flag. As a player, you thinking like, okay, they came out hyped. They was super hyped. They was intense. They was bringing the wood. They playing fast, and now the refs are slowing you down. And now you got to slow down because you were. And then they started making a few plays. And I see in the second half, man, that old line for Stanford, the right tackle started to completely hold Dominic, and he's like bear hugging this dude like every play. The refs never calling the hold. It got to a point to where they had to call the flag because it was so like in the open.
Blatant, right.
You know what I mean? And that'll take that'll kill you. So now you second guessing how hard you could play. So like, you know what I mean? When you in those kind of games and the refs step in and start cooling you off, I start to think like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people that don't really catching maybe what I'm saying, but like from a
No, I
player
feel I'm
standpoint,
catching it. Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And from a player standpoint, because Stanford didn't slow them down. They was smoking so fast. They was doing like they supposed to, doing five play scores, 6 play scores, 5 play score. Okay, boom, that's like you supposed to. But then when they start to call the flags on a unsportsmanlike conduct every other play because they pushing in the background, keep them on the field, 3rd and 5. That flag on Travis was so sickening. Like, okay, they pushing in the back, they pushing them behind the play. Like that don't got nothing to do with what's going on at the scrimmage. Like scrimmage
Right.
got blew up. Like why? Yeah, that was 3rd and something. That would have gave them 4th and 5, and they scored on that drive too when they threw that flag on Trav. That right there's another momentum. Now they stay on the field, but now the other team know. You know what I'm saying? The flag is heavy on their side, so now they start to pull, and I start to see that in the second half. And when you see the first quarter, I think Stanford had like 3 flags, man, and Buffs had like 11 flags, and half of them was fake unnecessary roughness. I think it was another unsportsmanlike conduct, like 2 of those. Like what? What is you talking about? Celebration calls? Like is you tripping? So
Right.
you know what I mean? You see a lot of that. And I said that the Arizona game, and they flat right out let old boy just blast Dominic, and didn't even. I know Prime don't want to bring it up, because players want to get juice off of making a cheap shot and get famous or whatever. So that's why he's not breathing life into it. But the fact is, players are looking at that other players ever since the Colorado State game. When that player didn't get booted for doing that to Travis, the whole league like, oh, we can like kind of chip off on these dudes, and the rest not gonna call it. And you can see week by week they're not doing it, but they call every little tic tac on the Bucks, and it's tough as a player, and then have to make up what you don't know, And the O line, man, like it's tough because it's just tough. Like playing ball, knowing how long it takes for O line to really work and be like, it takes at least 2 seasons a season. Your first
Right.
season together is always gonna be like, I don't even know this dude. Then your second season, okay, you train again, you get better. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get tendencies. You kind of sense where you get the cerebral thing going now. The ego out
Right.
the way, all this stuff out the way. So they got all that going on. I seen a few players where I just seen linemen just looking side on the swivel trying to find who they supposed to pick up, and guys blowing by them. And that's tough on the team. And that started happening in the second half. A lot of that is play calling. And that last play of the game, when they lined up bunch, I mean, like, you got Antonio. He just bumped the tug. Like, run the play back, spread him out, hit him with a slant, take the safety out the play, and get him 1-on-1. Like, why would you run a bunch and let them get all the blitz lanes and still cover? Like, it makes
Right.
no sense. You know what I'm saying? So, like, little coaching, if I can see that, I mean, like, I know I'm probably a little bit more advanced than like a fan bond, because I know like what I'm kind of like, 300, 400, 7, 2, zone 2. Like I look at the offenses way different. So I'm looking at this shit like, bro, they were super hyped. They got to stop. Run the reverse. They got to stop. They're going to push the A gap. You just ran a reverse with Weaver and walked it in. Run the
Right. I
reverse
remember
back.
that play. Yep.
Like, what is you thinking? Like, you just look. You had so many other options right there. You just look. You had two successes with Javon with the slant. That's all day. They can't stop that, obviously. Then Weaver with the reverse. You ran him on the sweep on the jet last week. You run him on a big time toss to where a reverse to where he walks in. Now you get down here and you get game goofy. What the fuck? They're
Yeah.
obviously
See.
pressing the A. Why do you come out in a bunch? And then Shador drops in the shotgun and gets sacked for 10 yards, and now he throws a pick. Like,
See,
because now
that's
he got to
that's
think he
what I'm
got
saying.
to
It's the coaches. It's on
that
the
shit right
coaches.
there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just I was like, it's the coaches at this point.
Right. They got to put him in shit that they successful with, that teams having problems with, like we all saying, and stick to what. Like, look, bro, you up 29 points. They start coming back in the first half, like right before but they ran away from the run game. Like, for some reason they just feel. They think that if they run the ball, I guess they don't feel like they're gonna feed their receivers enough. But if they really just trust the run, the game is gonna allow you to throw to your receivers.
Right.
So
Right.
just run the fucking ball. Like,
I know that from playing in high school.
man, you
And you
got
played in college. So I got a question for you. So you said it takes a couple years, right, for this line to get going. But then when a coach tell you if you don't get it together, you ain't gonna be here next year. Is that right for them to say?
well, I mean, it's right and it's wrong. It's right if you know that you know what I'm saying, that you whatever you do, you straight. But if it's wrong to put that on the player to where it makes him like, okay, you are out of here, like, you know what I'm saying. But it's wrong for people to look at that and say like, okay, I'm gonna take that serious. It's not for you to take serious. He's trying to wake you up. Like when
Trying
coaches
to
tell
wake
you
you
that,
up. Okay.
coaches they don't mean that shit. They're like, hey man, you keep hey,
No, I
you
think
keep
they
doing
mean it. No,
they
I think
of
they
course
mean it.
they of course but see look they do mean it in the sense of being meant, but as it being applied to the person at the time, of course not. But the awareness of it being real is the situation. So when they tell me that to like that was my that I me as I got older, that was one of my problems too as a player, like not fully trusting the process, you know what I'm saying? Like, just trusting the flow of the team, where you are on the team and where you are in the circle, and just know, you're gonna come around in it. And like just keeping that mindset. But when a coach telling you that, he trying to wake you up because for one, that's for when you think you satisfied. Like, oh, you think you good enough? Or you think you met? Or you think you at the level? No, you nowhere near the level. So you gotta keep it. You gotta keep that even when you winning. Hey, tomorrow you can take a knee. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So just in general, that statement will always have a stance to be applied. You know what I'm saying? But to the individual at the time, it's on the individuals to take that as how it's being esteemed to the person. But other than that, I don't think he's wrong for that. And for two, like you see it in the team, like okay, yeah, the reps they got to be quicker, but they probably not used to the reps looking at them like so fucking hard to where they going, bro. You don't get to like I see so much bullshit being called out there for like the last 5 games. It's crazy. But as players, bro, you got to stay focused and like not let none of that get to you because and at the end of the day, if you do try to get to the pro, I had homies in the pros. I played against a bunch of pro players. No, but like it's the same shit. Like it's even to where it gets to the business part, when it's business, when it's really, oh, it's worse than that.
Worse than that,
You
right?
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for them to hear that now, it should already be like in and out. Like, okay, I know what that means. To take it like, oh, I could be going to nah, man, because it's the truth, but you know what I'm saying? It can't be the truth if you really know that that's not what's gonna happen to you, and you know that by being ready, watching film. And what I noticed, like, even when I be watching the team, like in the mornings on Well Off and all that, like I've seen like Shiloh and them, like they go to breakfast, they try to watch their film. Like all the players should do that, man. Man, if I was in college, bro, they gave me a tablet. I used to be awesome, man. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Man, you should have that motherfucker when you at lunch. Every time we should see them. If they not when they got their head up, they should be talking. Their head down should be on the fucking laptop watching that shit. Like that's what Prime want for them. Like that's what you gotta
That's what
be.
he want, huh? Yeah.
Like how you on your cell phone looking at Instagram. It should be no. Your Instagram is your film reel. Like what's your assignment? What's your scout? What's your task? Like, what's your assignments? Like, what are your checks? Like, what do you do in this? You should be able to play every position on the field, like every week once you out there. Like, you should know where everybody at, but you should know your job and do it. Like,
Right.
I know that's their problem because you see, they don't even know their fucking teams, bro. Who the fuck's on goal line D1? Who's on goal line gold? Who's on like? I mean, come on, we got okay. You got like for me, we had different goal line calls, but you on goal line what? Gold, green, rover. What is you on? You on rover 1, rover 2? What is you on? You know that from practice.
Right.
You hear the call. You know you out there. The next person coming seeing you running on the field should be running off the field. Like they know what's happening. Like somewhere, either within the sub and the adjustment, when they see players running on, they don't know to run off, or they don't fucking know what teams they on. I'm hoping that these players are just not recognizing like who's coming on and off, and not them not knowing what team they on or what team is being called, because that is momentum burst. Like they got like 4 calls, like 5 calls of 12 men. They got 12 men called like 4 times tonight. Like, come on, man. So either it's definitely a personnel thing, because you don't know if you're on scout team or you're first team goal line,
Right.
or you don't even know if you're on putt team or you on kickoff return. So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? That got to get situated quick, and that's a coaching problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm saying little coaching details, but it's expected for this kind of team. Like, when you get a brand new car, you don't know what's wrong with it till you drive it.
Right.
So once you got this brand new car, you get to drive, you get to see what's up. unfortunately, like every mistake really counts. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, they're under a microscope. But you playing football, everything is microscope. So this,
Right.
I still take this as a good loss. If you were to lose this game, if you were to lose this game, this will be the way to lose it. If you was to lose this game because Stanford just totally dominated you and played a good football game and you just didn't show up, I wouldn't have took that. If you would have just been unperforming and things didn't happen, I wouldn't took that. But for you to go out there and get to where you did so much, I see it. They was blowing these boys out. They was smack, 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 pop,
Yeah,
pop,
they were
touchdown,
smacking
smack,
them.
smack, pop, pop, pop. And then you start saying flag. Whoop. When you see that first flag on that big hit, they say, oh no, they're about to kill these Stanford boys because you already know what Stanford is like, right? So they don't want to see that. They like, who they out here smacking? No more lumber. Boop, flag. Boop, you being too cocky. Beep, flag. Up, no, being too juke. Boop, flag. Up, holding. Boop, hold. Up, late. Boop, boop, offsides. Boop, it's over. All of that shit is gone. All of
Yeah.
that shit is gone. And now, guess what? Fucking Omarion Cooper slipped. Oh boy, to the house. Oh my God, they in the game. Oh, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? And before you
Right.
know it, coaches got to readjust. You as a player, as a team, had to go through certain things like that, and it takes a lot for you to like. And then you got Trav coming in. He a little rusty on the. I give it to him, give him next week. I slush balled out, you know what I'm saying? Ward, the boomer, that boy bump. Ben said boom, he boy a boomstick. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see little Woods doing his thing at backer. I think he's gonna do good on the stunts. You know what I mean? But like I said, the second half, they started letting them boys hold, and you started to see them boys get held on them edges, and it wasn't no pressure. And now boys start getting comfortable, and it started happening. But you expect that to happen, you know what I'm saying? You expect refs and shit like the league and all that shit. I mean, you watch this shit for so long. I ain't want to really say what it really is on the channel. I don't want to do all that. But I respect the
Man,
team.
hey.
I respect your channel. Honest to you too for the channel, man.
Oh no,
Fuck
you
with
good. You breaking the game down. You played at that level, so I was just listening to you, like, because you answered a lot of questions that I had. I never played at that level, and
yeah.
like high school is different. This right
Yeah,
here is a whole different level.
whole different. It's like high school, like you find who could play. In the
Right,
college, everybody could play. What
right.
separates you in college is how fast you can learn. That's the only thing that separates you in college. Like nothing can make you better than how fast. If you can learn quick, you go all the way. And if you can't learn like right now, you're gonna be a problem playing college because you're gonna have to be able
Man,
to keep up, learn, adjust on the
you
double.
know, you're right. I was there was one play where, like you said, they were holding, but when we hold, they were calling right away.
Man, they calling that shit
They
like
called
crazy.
2 flags on us from holding.
Right. So now they timid. They don't know how to really grab because they're like, damn, he gonna call a hold on me. Damn, sorry, we can't play. So I don't know, like it's so much.
Yeah.
Like when you doing that to the line, then the other line, the Stanford line, like, oh, I'm getting away with holding. They gonna hold more. They're gonna hold more. And I seen it. I'm like, damn, because you see them go right up to the line and they make them look. They try to try to rip or try to jab or whatever, trying to club or whatever. You see them just they shoulders stay with the damn. Nah, I know in the real you trying to move your other arm and you can't get it over across your body. Like when you see players jerk themselves and they shoulder don't come free, it's a hole, bro. Like if you see a player just standing there getting hit, getting blocked, getting held, okay. But when you see a motherfucker jerking like he a fish, and he's trying to move his shoulder and the shoulder's not, you getting held, and they seeing that shit. And like a couple players, I got a big time watching this shit. I'm like, he got his hands on the outside holding. It was a 41, like he a damn teddy bear. He tried to break on when they had that big cutback.
Right.
When he first cut back, the right end was getting held because he was trying to chase him and he stumbled. The left end was getting held when he cut back. And then the motherfucker cut all the way back around and break. They don't call it. I'm like, I know there's a holding call. They don't call it. Everybody, it got to a point to where the refs was like, man, I know that's a PI. Oh, well, guess they're not calling it. I guess they're not gonna say letting them play because they wasn't letting. Nah, you ain't letting them play because they was out here boom sticking and you calling flags because somebody coming up wiping their nose off. Like, man, you tripping. So again, man, like I said, when you see it from like, you know, I seen it from growing up as a fan. I love Deion. You know, I caught my first interception in the Deion jersey. You know what I'm saying? So like back in like '93 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So love football, but like watching it from a study, like a film study mind, and like before I started studying like the films and it's really breaking down like
Right.
nines and threes and 7 techniques and press twos and all these like different techniques. Like, and I started seeing what really make it change. And like when you are doing what you're supposed to do, because that's what they kept rushing for. They figured we didn't have to, they was getting pressure, but they wasn't calling the holds. And they not gonna like Kelly and not gonna go the ref when calling the holds. Now the rest not gonna really, it's for us to say the shit, because if they say the shit, they're not gonna never call it for them. But it was plainly seen that this shit was being held one way. But again, I give it to Stanford. You know, they did what they supposed to do in their opportunities. Again, you know, this is a young Buffalo team. You know what I mean? It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
they're
to where
young.
they're gonna.
Yep.
It's either closing the deal is harder than getting the blowout. You know, and sometimes you get up there, you up 30. You know, and like I said, especially with refs getting involved. If the refs didn't get involved in the way they did, I think the Buffs would have kept their same intensity. They would have kept, you know, playing like how they was playing before all the flags got involved, and I think it would have been a more, you know, confidence in their game. But a lot of that happening, like again, you got to play through that. There's no excuses still, you know, even though whatever is being called in the field, you know. But to close out, it takes a lot of experience and maturity, and of course a lot of knowing, you know. And again, the coaches, who knows? Like I said, whoever called that bunch, you tripping. You supposed to be a stat guy. I never seen. Have you ever seen them go down there and bunch? Like that's the first time I ever seen them line up and goal line and bunch.
Yeah, I haven't seen the bunch. I know they called the what they call that play again? They call it the Rick Ross.
After that Rick Ross play, it should have been a sweep. It should have been a sweep or a reverse. They tried to run that same dive play without the pull, and it just went nowhere. They just shot the A's and blew them up. That's what I'm saying. They wasn't playing to contain, so they see that. Why not? You see that. You see they nosed in. They're not playing none of the D gap. Like, why are you not calling a sweep or calling a reverse or calling a boot or calling definitely a boot because they pressing they gap? Like, why not? You know what I mean? That's what announcers like. Where's Mikey Harrison? I said, oh, for sure, this is a perfect. Like, they didn't give it to him. But you know, again, you know, they think they're too predictable. But see, football, who gives a fuck being predictable? You're already predictable. Like, what the fuck? So it's about them stopping you. You know, and if
Right.
you don't run the play, they already stopped you. You know what I'm saying? You trying something new is you trying to figure out something. So like,
Right.
you know, that's football, man. And like again, like I said, you went down there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got stopped at the 30 and you know, not the 30, but like at the 40 a few times. You missed a big field goal. But when you got down there, you bumped in there. So why go from what you just scored? You just went off you just scored off a spread, off a wide spread, double wide spread, you know what I'm saying, where you had Antonio playing like a little slant and then he just came off the slot. So run that right back. Or put Mikey at the slot and have Mikey dig and have Tonio run the fade or do something, because you had all of that option. Because both of them score in the red zone. You had 2 big time pass play options. You know, you got 3 hold downs. You know, second down. You see they stuff you on the run. The first one after the PI, like the PI one and goes. There's no excuses, bro. That's play calling. They did that shit a few times and they not getting checked for it because they collapsed like that. I think a couple games. I think it was Arizona game they did that, and it was not the USC game. A couple with the CSU game. No, was with early in the CSU game they collapsed at the goal line. But again, why go from that? I'll run that damn reverse sweep right back to Xavier. You just pulled and walked in that thing. They're not playing it.
Right.
You know, and these kind of games, but see, I would rather these kind of games, you know what I'm saying, than them being like, oh, they just didn't play well and they didn't show up, you know. Them falling asleep, I'll take this conversation over anything, you know. But it's just I can't really come from that because 29-point lead, there's no way play calling right now. It's like, okay, we managed the game from here. Now it's time to manage, coaches. We got the ball, we up 29. We don't need a bunch of big 90-yard plays right now. Let's run the
Right.
ball, wear them down, manage the clock, man, it's where they don't got too much time to score. Let's make them pass, and it wasn't none of that. It was every first play, like their first down, like every defense in the country knows first down is a pass. Period. First down, first play is a pass. First down, first play, first series a pass. Second series a pass. Every first down play is a pass. They never go. I want to see them run a series where they go 3 and out running. You know what I
Right,
mean?
running it. Right.
Where they really just they got the lead. When they was up 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, they should have went out a couple 3 and outs running the ball. Because you never know, one of them runs might break for 6, one break for 11, 4, 2, 3, 20. You just
Right.
get those kind of numbers when you just keep running the ball. So when you had that lead and you just start throwing the shit and you force it to Travis, you could see it. They was forcing to Travis. Like, Shador, we know you happy, but pass to, keep sharing the love, man. Keep being that, that love giver. You was dropping, you was issuing, you was managing the ball real well last week. And the week before, you was really bringing the team into character with Marion Miller. But this week, again, I guess the excitement of Travis being there kind of threw him off focus. Wanting him to have a really good game probably was a lot of the focus. But again, it should have been a little bit more strategic on the play calling at the end, man. Like,
Yeah, I would have liked to see. I would like to see them run more. Like they had McCaskill out there. I thought he was going to stay in a lot longer, but Hankerson came in and he broke for a big run. So I thought they were going to stay with him at least.
I was thinking that too for a little while because it seemed like he was just getting kind of. But see, I seen him get tackled kind of aggressively. He kind of got almost twisted up, and he went back and they pulled him and they gave him a couple series and they brought him back, and then that was it for him. But he was doing. Was it a series or was it a down? Or I think they put him on a down. I think he stayed that series, but he did good, man. They said smoke zone getting there. I don't know what made them feel like they were getting beat on the run plays. Like, he should have stuck with it. Again, sometimes I don't want to say it, but Shador gonna get his stats, man. They gonna get stats. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets stats, but stay consistent in football. You know what I mean? In football, when you got a lead like that, and you keep throwing the ball, you're giving the team momentum to get back in the game. You throw the ball and they get a knockdown. Yeah, you throw the ball, you don't catch it. Oh yeah, let's go. You get a ball and Danny get it picked off and got a kick. Oh man, your whole momentum just left. But if you go to the ball, go out there, get 3 yards, get another 4, 5 yards, 3rd and 3. You got play action, you got dive, you got screen, you got fade. Or if you got a 2 and 7, you still got post phase digs. You got all this going on. You know what I mean? And you can still run the ball. So it's like, and you can keep running. And if they do shut you down, let their defense stop you. Not you, man. No, they defense, their Stanford defense didn't stop Buffalo. Buffalo inconsistency on plays. They had so many plays where they throwing outs to Dylan and he dropped it. We dropped one, and they had a couple plays that didn't work well. And like, those could have been simple run plays. At times where it should have been simple run plays, they were going for screens, and it's no time for a screen. They're not really blitzing you. They're not getting to you. Y'all, they was controlling the game. Just keep running the ball, establish that. And it's just stay consistent to football, man. You got the lead, run the ball, man. And make them throw the ball because you just wasted time. And plus, you waste time. You know what I mean? Now they got to score quicker. All of those little nuances help you win games.
I think it was a moment in that game where I think the announcer said it. Coach Prime was telling them to slow it down.
Right. As soon
I
as they
think they
got up
said
to
that he was telling them to
man,
slow it down, slow the
right.
game down.
Right. As soon as they got up to 29, oh man, you up 29-0. And you stuffing them on the defense. They was stuffing. I was waiting for a pick or something. My boy, he throwing it into traffic. He discombobulated. But again, the reps kind of calmed tempo down. But still, play calling was big that game. And I'm saying, like, man, you could do so much more, with all of this offense, because you seen when they wanted to load up, they just went for the load up and went. Like, okay, we just load up, drop back and load up and go. It happened twice with Weaver. Okay, so you got the load up there. So let's run the ball, man. Make them stop the run. Make them stop the run and not let them watch us not complete passes or not, because like that one play at the end, that the play of the game really was that last play that Shador threw to Travis and just totally overthrew him. I don't know what Shador was thinking. I don't know. I really don't know. Remember that last play to Travis?
Yeah, when Travis put his hand up and it was just I saw that.
Before overtime. Was it before? Oh no, the last play no, it was overtime. Pardon me, it was overtime. Yeah, he just overthrew him, like totally overthrew him to the sideline, and that pretty much gave them the chance to bring that thing all the way around. You know what I mean? And if he make that play, it's first down. Bus probably scores, game over. Stuff like that is just like little stuff. That shouldn't have happened to been the when you up 29, man. I just can't see it. I can't really blame them, even though they did give it up. But as a OC, you supposed to know how to manage that 29-point lead, man. There's no way you blowing that. It's
Yeah, I
really
thought
tough.
they were going to just start running the ball. Like, I mean, I could see after halftime they still want to throw. I mean, obviously you're going to throw, but run, because if McCaskill get 5, if he get like one run, he get like 3 yards. The second time he gets 7 yards. Shit, that's a first down. You
Right.
play it. It's a game of inches. You play it. You move the chains. You play it 10 yards at a time. Especially when you up that with a 29-point lead, you can slow the game down at that point, and then
Right.
that's going to open it up for Shador to pick the defense apart.
Right.
But
Exactly. That's what I figured was gonna start happening. I thought I was gonna see a couple big runs take off when they just kept punching it with the run game and it's figuring out where to go with the ball on the run. But is this again like the Shador gonna have his game, man? He had 200 in the first half. They should have really focused on some running. Just on the fact of knowing he already had 200 in the first half. But again, just those two quick scores, that one score at the end of the half, and then that one quick one at the beginning, kind of like tore them up because they're trying to do the hurry up offense. And I get it, but it's cool to run tempo when you're running the ball and now you got the right subs in and you can run tempo. They got a run package in and you can run some offense on this run package. I get it. But when they got a pass package in and you just keep running tempo, it's not giving the tempo the advantage that you're looking for, right? Because that's what you're looking for with tempo. You're looking to bring them into their defense, they run defense, and then catch them off guard with the run defense with your pass offense, and then they don't got no pass package out here, and you catch them a couple plays with the tempo. But to live off tempo, you have to be savvy in the O line because they gotta know the checks off top, off rip on who and what package you tempo it in, like and what package this tempo is gonna go against on defense, everything. Like you gotta get all of the little critiques. If the safety go down, the safety come up, stop letting safeties just run by tackles. Like the tackles are just letting safeties just fly by the D gap. You might as well say D gap is safety lane on the O line. Like it's not even that they don't even own that lane. That's safety house right there. It's just every game, every game. That last sack, the same thing happened. 77, they rover and they bring down, and then next thing he getting blue by with somebody stunting B gap, and then he checking, and then somebody roll over, and then he getting blitz from the outside. Instead of just knowing to pick up the fucking inside and then chip the outside blocker, he just fucking do nothing, and then they just blow by him. And it's like shit like that every week gets boring to look at. You know what I mean? I love the Bucks, but I'm like, could our tackles at least play tackle? Because it's like they're not even playing tackle, bro. They're just playing watch people go by. And then and they keep saying that as hope for Shador's safety, because you could be the strongest person. You could pick up a damn fucking house with your head, and if you don't know out of these three people which one you blocking, all three of them going by. You know what I mean? Because you
right.
ain't fucking nobody. You see what I'm saying? So it's just tough seeing that at the end of the game, seeing that, and then if you line up in formations to where you could block certain things like that off rip, let's say, okay, you got the lead, and every formation you sending out there is a 5-man block formation. Like you got your 5 men out there to block at least 5 people. They ready, they coming with 4. Shador, you got to pick up 1. Come on, Shador. You see where it's coming from. Send the back, send the back at him. Okay, let's do something. Let them boys go out there. You ain't got nothing, tuck in and run for a couple plays. Then we're gonna run a dive at them. All right, let's do that. Come on, we're gonna do that for the rest of the game. We up 29. Hey, let's go. Why the fuck they couldn't just do that? Why? Okay, we still gotta get. We still Xavier got 100. We gotta make sure Travis get 100. Jimmy Horn get 100. When they start thinking like that, it's good thinking, but to go out there and actually force that to happen is bad football. It's just bad football. Football, let it come to you, man. Let it come. And when they let the game come to them, it's easier. When they try to fight and try to force it, it's harder for them. I see that too, because they was trying to like really go to their reads, and like a few times they were being held. A lot of times they were being forced. You know what I'm saying? They still making plays because Shador was dotting Travis in the middle. He was, I mean, to make some risky ass passes when you didn't need to, like, because Travis was triple teamed a lot of them passes. So if he triple teamed, that means somebody wide the fuck open. You see what I'm saying? So either try and make that read or make that fucking tight pass. And he did it over and over and over and over. So you forcing it in there. You know, they really trapped down Travis. Like, if you watch the game, all them little 10-yard ends he was doing, them little 6s he was doing, all of those zone passes he was doing, sitting in zone. He was covered. He's still getting passes. He was surrounded when he was covered. He was coming to his knees, and he like, nah, I'm not even trying to shake because I'm gonna get, a body rock. So let me go ahead and just come down. So forcing it like that, I get it, Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, find the read because they surrounding Travis. And that's what we want him to be, that decoy. So if he that
Everybody
decoy,
else will get open. Right.
right, use him as that. But they was going to the decoy, even though he the one that he's snagging, And again, that's more give him, give him a little bit of something, give him a break. You know what I'm saying? He don't need 100 yards every game catching with 15 passes. He has a lot of digging. You know what I'm saying? Let some of them other boys get that because Antonio could have had. Or he went to Miller once. It was kind of tight. He got hit and he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They just said, okay, that's it for him. I mean, come on now. Let the man. He's cold. The first play of the game. Let everybody probably a little something wrong, but don't be so quick to ice him out. But again, like if his job is to go in there and be a decoy and attract multiple defenders, when he do that, hey, find the people that's open, and they was forcing it to him. He did have a good game, but they forced. If you look at all his catches, every time he catches the ball, he's surrounded by 3 people. Shador showed tremendous accuracy and tremendous throwing arm, but just the complex of the offense wasn't really exposed tonight. It was pretty much forced plays being accomplished from my point of view.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and look at it, man. It was like, man, I thought they had it, man. I even said it. I said this game's over. But yeah, we'll see what they do after the bye week. They got UCLA coming up. So that's the next game. They only got 5 games left. So this season going by fast. 5
Yep.
games left. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they got time to shake it up. See, the injury with Trav and the team having to readjust and reassign players, and now everybody got to go back to their original rotation, and everybody kind of get a groove back in and fight. That's a lot of gelling to take place. The bye week gonna help my life. I was gonna feel. I said it, but I feel sorry for UCLA because they got 2 weeks to just focus on UCLA, just get their assignments right. That's a lot. That's like a bowl game, and like it's almost like the TCU game. That's why they played TCU. That's why it was nothing. They was playing hard. They knew what they were supposed to do. They had like a whole month to get ready for TCU, 3 weeks to practice TCU. They got all this time, and we really got to see what they look like when they know what their assignment is. That's why Coach Prime gets so upset because he's like, damn, if y'all could just get back to how we had y'all in the summer, because that was the only time, and then when you get in the season, it's way harder to learn your playbook, you know what I'm saying, and then to know your playbook like the back of your neck, your fingers, your face, and how you like to, drink water, and to make those adjustments at the same time. Most O-line, most college teams right now, they know they playbook. They get most of the majority of the team. They can help the team make adjustments on the practice field, and they could just make adjustments during the week. But this team, they got to learn the plays to beat the team, learn the plays on the playbook, change the plays, make a play up, and then do all of the changes and adjustments during the game. Have the right people on the field who ain't played, who's making changes, who playing. It's so much. It's like
It take a couple years to get it down. They
it,
just
it,
came together. So
right.
yeah, yep.
Right, right. To get everything sorted and situated to where it's people who know, it's people who don't know, it's people who learning most of it, it's people who got some of it down, it's people who got most of it down, it's people who got all of it down. To have that on the team is much better than people hearing this for the first time, all at the first time. And now, when we learn this, we're going to do these, and we're going to make these checks, and we're going to use the same plays we did last week with the players probably forgot because they only had a week to learn those plays. So it's going to take time for them to get the repetitive memory of plays because each week you learning certain plays to play for each team, and you got so many plays in the playbook. You're not gonna learn them. Like it could be who know a playbook is thick as a Bible. You know what I'm saying? And each season you go about learning that Bible. So when you really start to get it all in, it takes some time, man. It just off the for one, if anybody just changed any way about the Bucks, you tripping. This team is still super stellar. Just on the this look, NFL teams can't just redo a franchise like this. A college program will never just reset their whole program like this. To come off, to have players playing at their capacity, to have some of the leading nation in the receivers, defensive backs, quarterbacks, I wouldn't say linebackers just yet, and linemen, but and come off and having a productive season to where they can look back and be like, you know what, man, if we just called that game a little better, we could have won. You know what? If we just really just believed in ourselves a little bit, we could have won that game. You know what?
Right.
We almost won that game if we'd have made that fucking field goal. You know what? What if we'd have had Travis those 2 games and lose all like those? That's a season you could build off of. A season you're like, man, we got blown every goddamn game, man. We can't play for shit. No, you can't build off that. You can't build. And with Prime wanted, he wanted to build off of what he building off of right now. He wanted a team that he could build off of that saying stuff like that. All our coaching could have coached a little better, or if we made a field goal, we won that game, or if they're overtime, we don't get sacked, we win. Shit like that. That's a team where you can make a little bit. Could we get this? That's a team that's gonna push for a natty. They're gonna push for a natty. Watch. They're gonna push for a natty. I still see them beating UCLA. I still see them beating Utah because Utah gonna be beat up by the end of the season, and they ain't gonna have no quarterback. Oregon State is gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
Washington
that's
State's
definitely
gonna be
gonna
a
be a
good
good
game.
game. Oregon
It's gonna
State.
be Oregon State gonna be a real hard hitting game if they let these boys play. But see now, but when you going in week to week and you seeing how the refs treating you, right? You already know they're not flagging for us because we already seen what happened to Travis. We already seen what happened to Dominic last week. We already seen the play call even last week. See, they calling pass interference. That last pass interference on who was that goddamn that little petty hand they called the pass, and it was a Cooper. Petty as
Yeah,
hell.
I think it
He
was
got his head around. But when Weaver in Arizona State, Weaver had the same when he had his hands up. No, when he had his hands up running at Weaver, that's pass interference. When old boy was pulling down Jimmy Horn by his outside shoulder, he couldn't stop and get back to the ball. That was pass interference. It was about 3-4 pass interference. And when you're going through that week by week, CSU calling the game crazy, not calling for us. Oregon, of course, definitely not gonna call for us. UCLA, USC, calling that fake ass. Kermani got that pick because when that boy got back, he got there right when the ball got there and hit him, and the ball went back to Kermani. They threw the shit passing the
Yeah,
interference.
it was a
That,
pick. The
that
refs didn't give it to him. Yeah, it was a pick. Yep.
amongst other things, amongst so many other things, you know what I'm saying? But the refs, they really wasn't looking too much because you already blowed out. The refs can't really just keep flagging you out because you already blowed out. So they come back and the refs like, oh shit, The game's still kind of iffy. A couple of iffy calls in that game too. PI should have been called. Again, PIs all the time it's not being called. But like when you play as a player like that, and you going through that week by week by week by week, it starts to like it when you want to tear somebody's head off, just like how Bishop Thomas went and smashed that boy on kickoff, and
Right.
Coach Prime was like, man, you can't do that. And sometimes I like it when Coach Prime do that, and sometimes I think he should just chill out because the people we seen that, and then somehow we heard him say, "Hey man, we heard you don't celebrate, don't stand over him," and then they called that flag on us this week. They didn't call it on us last week, but they called it on us this week because they know it's Coach Prime. That's a standard for Coach
No,
Prime.
he was telling them that you can't take your helmet off.
Well, yeah, he said don't take your helmet off and you can't stand over him. Like one of the videos you can hear Coach Prime what he's saying. You can hear what he's saying. I forget if it's Wolof or Reach the People, but one of them you can hear it on one of the videos, or it might have been Shador's video.
Because he really didn't stand over, and when he got up, he kept walking.
Right.
It wasn't a delayed stance. He got up and he stomped off or whatever. But then he took his helmet off.
Right. He walked to the end zone, then he walked
Yeah.
down, took his helmet off.
It was the helmet thing that Coach Prime was getting them on him about.
Right. But like all of that stuff as a player, you start to take that, directly, and you start to second guess. And that's the worst thing you could do on a football field, second guess anything. You go out there second guess and you get hurt. You start, okay, could I play that aggressive? Could I be myself and bring that hood out of me and smack this dude with the whole radio? Like I want to really get off. Like, so it's like they second guessing how aggressive they can play. Because we've seen it. I've seen it. Like Shiloh came out, boom, sticking, boom, 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 boom. A boy came out, boom, sticking, Ward, boom, boom. I said, oh shit, boom, boom, boom. Kickoff turn, boom, boom, boom. All like flag these boys. And it's always happening. You can see it. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of politics behind Colorado. And we all know that. But I get them boys still 2 thumbs up. It was a good game to watch. I'm very upset they couldn't get the win, but it happens. It's football. Sometimes, you got to stay focused. You just got to stay focused, man. They just lost focus.
No, I don't think that was Shador doing that. He probably got a manager doing that, saying that he was posting a link to his merch. No, that wasn't him. It couldn't have been him.
What's up?
They said Shador was posting a link to his merch during halftime. That wasn't him. He probably got a manager doing that.
Yeah, Shador ain't doing. He ain't got.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Houdini fingers. Shador, he got a whole promotion team and marketing team and production team and
Could you imagine it? Like we got the game in the bag. Let me promote my merch.
Right? That would
imagine that.
That would be some stuff that he'll probably do though. Like he'll be the first and only one to do it. You know what I mean? Or maybe the first of many. But that's a good idea. When they interview him at halftime, you just give a little quick drop in, check on merch out. But Shador ain't got to do that. He is the.
Yeah, he didn't do it himself.
As soon as we talk about Shador, you talk about Mercedes and this and that and Gatorade and blah blah blah. That's what he ain't got to really do that. He don't. That's petty. That's panhandling to him. You know what I'm saying? That'd be low. What do they call it? Shortcutting. He feel like that's for the little people that's doing that. He like.
But you got a point though when you said that they had a long time to prepare for TCU, and this extra week I think is going to be to their advantage. That they got an extra week to prepare.
Right. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a lot to make improvements on, and we're gonna see this team really polished next week. Well, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're gonna have a little practice game next week. Next Saturday, they're gonna go full, ones against the ones. Get that real good look.
Yep.
They're gonna get to know each other a little bit better, and then they're gonna really learn their book and their assignment. No excuses, man. No excuses. You got 6 weeks of film. You got 6 weeks of studying for show, season game, season playbook. So now you got experience, and now they know the speeds. They've been through so much, and all the ego stuff is gone. Even Travis, everybody been humble. It's kind of like God took over this team a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was saying to myself how injuries was happening, how people was popping out because
right.
Simon Craig get Shador, but Slusher get hurt for Simon Craig to come in. Simon Craig come in, do his thing. Travis get hurt. The rest of them come in, do their thing, and then as soon as Slusher get hurt, Craig get hurt, get back out. Everything kind of rotated. Then even with Woods, he had a little ankle thing, and then they had to rotate the safety, and he come in at linebacker, and like, you know, and like it's funny. I just look at stuff like that. But you know, like I said, when you get his team, you know, again, when you making mass moves, you moving free safety to linebacker because you didn't see it at first. Because you're like, wait a minute. Like I said, this motherfucker. I was saying in the chat, I said Woods is a linebacker. He is not a safety.
Wait, he played linebacker tonight.
Yeah, he played backer tonight. He was hawking. He shut down that
Man,
whole
Woods a
side.
dog, man.
That man is a linebacker. Like he got just enough speed to cover all of that middle, and you can't throw it over him because I think he got the highest vert on the team. Like that boy could jump. So trying to throw it over the middle somewhat, you know, it's gonna be tough. But he a hawk. But he can't really cover receivers going like when you the last man, you gotta be the fastest man. Last man, fastest man. And like you got somebody top of their route going 4.3, and you running 4.6, and you just took off 2 steps. You ain't catching this man at all.
Yeah, no wonder I saw him on all those. Yeah, he was at linebacker. Yeah, man, I like Woods. But yeah,
Woods,
man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna have to cut this short. I gotta get up in a few hours. But damn, this game started at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's crazy.
Right, yeah. This is 125 run back. I know it's probably like 5.
Oh, you're on the West. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Cali.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we definitely got to do it again the next game. And
Indeed.
yeah, I like your breakdown on it because I had wanted somebody to come on and had played.
Right.
To try to like give us like an understanding on how they blew this points here.
Right.
Because I know, you know, the game is very technical, you know, it's a lot of technical aspects of it.
Little things that get you wins and little things that get you lost too.
Right.
Little things, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not gonna budge from the coaches. Like they see again, like even the coaches, I think they weren't prepared for that big a lead because when you get out that big, you know, you get out there that big. Yeah, you get out there that big. You know, you start throwing, you start calling anything because now you move from the game from playing A, right, to playing everything going good, right? That's bad. Moving from plan A to playing everything going good is a loss. They should have stayed in plan A and kept the main thing the main thing. So when I seen them start to go outside of who they are, which was thinking everything gonna be all good and keep gunning to Travis and trying to make these crazy runs that don't make no sense at the time of the game and just calling crazy plays when you got run plays. It's a run play situation, like stuff like that. It'll throw you off, and you knew you stepped away from your game plan. See, I know they stepped away because when they was with their game plan, they put up 29 points, and it shocked them. It's like, oh shit!
Right.
They had them up. They had them up 20 something in the first quarter. It was like 21 nothing, damn near. You know what I'm saying? It was 21 in the first quarter, second quarter for sure. So they up so damn fast. The play calling started coming in different. Okay, run this bomb, run this screen, try this out. We'll be trying. And then you hear, matter of fact, you hear the announcers even say it when it was up so big. The announcer said, it seems like they're trying to work on plays that they've been practicing on.
Yep, he did say that.
Those plays, but remember them saying that?
Yep.
Because that's
yeah, he
what
did
the
say
started
that.
looking like. I'm looking at somebody, bro. Why is you going to? Well, you know, keep to this. Keep to the main plan. Not that everything gonna work. Not everything working. No, keep the main plan. The main plan. Yes, we're executing. Everything is not gonna work. Everything is not working. Let's execute what we got planned for this week. And when we finish executing what we got planned, if we got room to do some extra shit, we're gonna do some extra shit. And you see that happening because the announcers, because you know you're not gonna play call that like that. You're not gonna write your play calls like that. You're not calling this back like that. Like, because the announcers picking up on, I picked up on it. Like, you know, they picked. So again, like I just
the
can't move from
announcers
that.
picked up on it. Yep.
I can't move from that. I mean, like, come on, man. And Prime know it. Prime kind of know it. That's why he can't really be too upset Again, but this is what teams go through. This is
You
what good
ever
teams go through.
see him on the sidelines, the way he be looking, he see everything.
You do,
Yeah,
because he don't need to
he
see
know
much.
every little thing that's happening.
Right. He don't see. You looking at a Hall of Famer with a Hall of Famer. I used to watch horses too. Like when you don't got to see much for prime. Prime don't got to see much to know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? He can see you breathe too many times, and he know tomorrow you got to pay your bills. So it's like that's what kind of person he is, because he had to grow that mindset to look
Right.
at intricate details. If you wear your towel up a little bit too much, your hand might be sweaty, so you're gonna catch your left hand. You know what I'm saying? He one of them methodical thinkers. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
he'll find out what it is. So he can see this one little, he can see you this look to the left and then look to the right, and then you take a breath, or you about to you thinking about a big play. Like, stuff like that. Like he wanted to see, people don't look at those kind of things. Or you put two fingers down and then you squeeze your right hand and then you put it behind you about the bull, or you put the left hand down and you put it in three, and you put your hand on your hip, you about to pass box, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things come up, you know what I mean? And critiquing like detailed behaviors, you know what I'm saying? To understand predicting, outcomes. All of that shit is big in football. And he knew what it was. I think Deion knew what it was politically when the refs made that call on that big hit on the kickoff. But he knew what it was with the team when Omarion Miller slipped and gave up that bitch touchdown, and then when they came right back and scored again, he
Oh,
knew.
it was Miller that slipped,
Yeah, Omarion Miller
and
slipped.
then Shiloh was trying to catch him.
Right, Solo tried, and then Trav couldn't way across field, but he know where it's gonna get him. And then the next series, they come right back with a touchdown up top and score again with Travis with Travis and boy getting burnt. That was them just being lackadaisical, and not them not really, being sharp about being out there. Of course, it's just depending, and then Shiloh got a little upset with the DBs, not staying in their back pedal and going karaoke like when he got on Stoudemire. Because see, the reason he got on Stoudemire, I already know why he got on Stoudemire. See, Stoudemire wasn't supposed to go into his karaoke. He's supposed to stay backpedal into his deep third and let Shiloh cover the top. That's why Shiloh was there. And he screamed, "What the fuck are you
Yeah, I heard
doing?"
him. He was saying something to him, and the announcers picked that up.
Right. Everybody heard Shiloh scream, "What the fuck was you doing?" Because he supposed to stay backpedal. Like, he supposed to stay back, but he got in the karaoke, and then he dug, and he came back on like a little 10-yard, 20, like 15-yard in, and got
Right.
cooked. Right. You know what I'm saying? But Shiloh, because now Shiloh looks stupid because he over the top with a person that's karaoke, and then they both get beat on the dig. Like, so he like, man, fuck. But if Stoudemire stayed in his back pedal, he would have been right there and Shiloh would have been over the top, and they would have looked good. See, shit like that make players mad, but people don't catch that. People don't, if you don't know, like that whatever that cover two, whatever that cover two was, it was a cover 2-3 soft or whatever they was doing. It looked like they was just going cover two soft because it was like a soft cover zone over the top. So he didn't know it. He thinking he got a full cover. Like, man, what are you doing? Why you just turn your whole back to the ball? Like, bro. So little shit like that, it get you beat on defense. It happened. It
Right.
happened that one time, Oregon game when him and Woods got confused. No, it was Woods and Cooper got confused on the who was taking the end. Somebody had did a post, and he kept going over the top, and the DB didn't follow him over the post, and he just got hit on the top of the fucking post and went in on there on the walk in. Like little shit like that to get you beat and you look bad because you playing your shit right, and then he just make us both look bad. Now we get burnt for a touchdown. So little stuff like that, man. Like I said, damn, it's tough being a rookie, a freshman coming in there and knowing when to stay in your back pedal and when to get in your karaoke and run. You know what I mean? But it's little stuff like that. I can talk like that for tough for days. I'm gonna get off, man. I know you want to get off too, man. Let's go ahead and end it. You know what
Oh
I mean?
man,
It's a good play.
I appreciated you breaking that down, because that play, I was wondering what Shiloh was yelling at.
Right. Oh yeah, that's what he for sure. Because he helped. See, it was soft to a point to where he was playing at the hash, right? He playing hash. No, he playing hash to hash, right? He playing in the middle. So you gotta you as a player, he supposed to stay. Okay, you backpedal, you go on your karaoke, right? And then you come out of karaoke and you get in this pocket. But he came out of his karaoke and got in his pocket. He could have stayed karaoke or stayed in his backpedal, and he would have been right there for the comeback. He could have played on that. He could have made a play, but he turned his back. He got all the way out of the back pedal, got all the way into his karaoke, and got in his pocket. And then he dug on him, and he came back, and then he woo, 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 all the way out the play. He just, woo, woo, woo. He come back, get it like 15-yard little that shit right there. It hurts you, man, because if you just play your fucking spot, if you just play, you know when I'm here, I'm over the top. But see, he probably he's so used to being left out there, and then he go back out there and get burnt with two tugs like that. You know, Stoudemire, I hope you keep his head, you know what I mean, because it's a lot, you know what I mean. But you
The
gotta know your
learning
playing.
experience, right?
You gotta know when you got help over the top, and you gotta know when you gotta really stick on this hip. And I see him, he give up the hip a little bit, because he anticipate a lot of when you in college, they used to playing like they play in high school. They want to see a bunch of zigzags and all. And D1, they're not doing that, bro. They taking one step and go. They're not going to do a bunch of juke moves to try and get open. They're going to run the route as straight as hell. And like when they get on them in their pocket, they hesitate, like they waiting for like a juke to break. They just gotta know they can just play a little bit tougher, man, and be there. Travis, on the other hand, he was a little rusty. I think, again, he a little timid. I seen him come out of his equipment. He had his rib guards on. Then he took them off when he started getting kind of beat because he's trying to find himself again on the field. He a little rusty. What I mean, he gotta get his reps, but for sure he back now. For sure after all them reps, he gonna be real good for UCLA, man. I
Yeah,
feel
he
sorry for
he
UCLA.
stayed out there. He was out there almost the entire game.
Pretty much, except the special teams. He played every damn snap. I think he didn't miss a snap. He played every damn snap hard too. He finished hard too. So he kept himself conditioned. But when you play, like when you miss the half a season damn near, it ain't happen, but you miss half of what's going on right now. Everybody got double what you got in condition and experience for the season. It's a little bit different, It's like you coming in the playoff game when you miss the last 3 games. That shit is turned to the max. You win the playoff game.
Right.
Season fifth, the 6th game, last game he played, Travis played was the 3rd game. That's the last game he played. Shit, we week 7. You know what I'm saying? So you miss 4 strong ass games of being there, experience, getting your mistakes down. So we catching 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Travis. He got to catch up a little bit. So he got all we seen tonight was all his talent. All of this. That's all we've been seeing from this team, really. We just been seeing this team's talent, and that's a lot. If you can go out there and win right now on talent, once you get the shit down, it's gonna be real tough to beat Colorado, man. When they get it in between the years, because you just watching the all talent right now. No one can say Colorado is executing everything without mistakes, knowing what they're doing out there. No one can say that. You can't say that. Only thing you can say is they're just out beating people. They're making big plays. They're counting on their ability and their skills, which is not going to last long. It's not going to last long because that's going to get scouted out, and you're going to have to do what you got to do to beat it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to get scouted out, man. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, man.
Yeah, they'll definitely get it together by next year. But all right, man. Thank you for joining. Definitely come again. You were very informative.
Indeed, gratitude, man. Appreciate you for having me, man. Honor to you and all of the Buff Nation family and Sco Buff.
All right, peace, Thomas O.
All right, peace, brother.
Yeah, guys, this was a late game. Like I said, the East Coast, it came on at 10 o'clock. And I said I was gonna come on and do the wrap up, but he was very informative. I wanted to hear what he had to say because he played college ball. And he answered a lot of my questions that I had. And that one play when Shiloh was talking to Stoudemire, now I understand why he was doing that. But yeah, man, they have the bye week and they'll come back We'll see what happens. Antoine fell asleep on me, as y'all can see. He's up in here snoring. Antoine, you still there? Nope. Antoine fell asleep on us. But you said they got a solid O-line too and a good defense. UCLA, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised they come back and beat them. You know, like they get it together. We'll see. But like he said, there's still a team that just put together this year. By next year, you know, they're going to have the benefit of both spring sessions together, summer session, then leading up to training camp. It should be a lot better. It should be well polished by then. And then the playbook, you know, maybe some still learning that playbook. So, but anyway, it was still, it was a hell of a game, though. I give them that. It was a hell of a game. But Shador, as the general he is, he didn't throw nobody under the. Antoine. Oh man, Antoine. Hold on a second, y'all. He keep coming back in. Hold on, I had to kick him. Damn, you see that, right? Antoine. I can't make this up, man. He must have like leaned on his phone, and his phone kept coming in and out the chat. I had to kick him. Yo, damn. I didn't want y'all to think that was me, man. That wasn't me. I'm a night owl, especially on the weekend. That wasn't me. That was Antoine. He was snoring like maybe about like an hour ago. Somebody's like, "Who is that snoring?" I'm like, I don't want them to think it's me. So I had to mute him. But what happened was he kept coming in and out because I think maybe he leaning on his phone or whatever. Damn, Antoine got caught. That's hilarious. But anyway, Skull Buffs, they'll be back. That was crazy though. Shout out to Shador though. You know, the general, he was like, look, I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. We'll be back. That's it. You said this here a lot. Yeah, Antoine, man. I tried to like wake him. I tried to like this is the third time he's done this. He can't do a like a late night live. He can't do it. Yeah, number 2 will be back. He said we ain't out yet. You know, we'll be back. If you notice though about him, he's still even keel though. He's always the same. It's not like he's upset or anxious or anything. He's always the same way. So that's good for him. But damn, man, and my co-host Antoine, man, y'all saw him, y'all heard him snoring, man. That's crazy. Yeah, he grounded. He's like, whatever, man, we'll be back. But all right, y'all, thanks for joining. And like I said, I'm just giving my opinion. I just give my opinion just like looking on the outside in. Don't take it, just take it for what, you know. Just my opinion, you know, like barbershop talk. That's all it is. I don't know why certain players didn't play. You know, some of them could have been injured. It could be anything. Would it have mattered? I don't know. But you said wake up, Twan. Man, I had to kick him from the studio, man. It's the third, fourth time he's done this. One time, man, I thought he was like, oh, we had to call a hospital or something, the way he was snoring. But you know, let me not clown him. You remember Lashane that time? He was talking, and I'm like, oh, I gotta kick him. It's not good. said, how do you give up 46? It happens. Shit happens, man. That's the only thing I could say. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I jinxed them because I was like, oh, it's over with. And I said, I don't even have to knock on wood. It's over with. I'm jaw jacking at this point about how much, another victory or whatnot. Here we go. But shout out to Stanford for not quitting. So I give them that. You say you need a C. Come on, man. Don't say they need a CPAC. Yeah, it happens, man. You said we truly could have beat USC, of course. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna be too coach has got a hard job. It is what it is. But I could tell when like Coach Prime is on the sidelines and he's watching, he see everything. You know what I mean? It's just I could tell by the way he's looking. It's like he'll look at how the defense line up and he'll know what he would do. Isn't that crazy? He can't play anymore, but that's the tough part of his job. I remember Michael Jordan saying he can't be a coach because he would want to be out there. So it's tough to watch. So I know he can break them defenses down. He know exactly what the offense is doing. But anyway, take our mind away. I like to just talk about sports, there's a lot going on in the world right now. I want y'all to be careful out there. Be careful out there, man. I'm not saying they're going to attack us right now. They're going to do it while we're not looking. But make sure you, keep your head on a swivel, especially if you're if you're at a main, like a concert or an event or something. I heard New York got warned and Los Angeles and a few other places. So just you can't live your life in fear. You know what I mean? You can't do that. But just be careful out here. But that's pretty much it. This is like a good distraction, the football game and we debating about football and stuff like this. It's a good distraction. That's why it's like it's entertainment, But the players don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. But for us watching, it's entertainment and stuff. But anyway, they'll be back. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Good morning at this point, right? Good morning. All right, y'all.